Stalkin Peterson LLP, Shane's Pharmacy, and Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
Swings and lines this in the right center field. One run will come in to score. They will round the other runner. He will come to the plate. The throw not going to be in time. A 2-run single for Parker O'Brien gives the Govs a 9-7 lead.
Your baseball is also brought to you by American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, CHS River Plains, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Pierre Closets, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, and AGE.
2-0 pitch. That will be a line shot into left center field. That's going to get down for extra bases, and it's going to score Terwilliger. That's one way to bust out of a slump. Sunshine round second. He's on his way to third. The throw will come in. He will slide in.
Baseball is also brought to you by Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Lamb Motors, Xander Auto Parts, Comtech, Envirotech, First Dakota National Bank, Kruger Climate Systems, May Adam, and Hunsley Auto Body.
Here's the 0-2. Runner takes off. Terwilliger will sky this one out to center field. Out towards the wall. It is going to get out of here for a 2-run shot for Cooper Terwilliger on an 0-2 pitch.
Pierre Baseball is also brought to you by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Cone Egg, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Pierre Roofing and Gutters, Wagner Auto, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, and Todd's Electric.
2-0. It'll be a swinging base hit up the middle. Rounding third is Deal. The throw will come to the plate, but Deal slips and falls. The ball will still get away to the backstop. Deal will come in to score, and the Governors will win the ball game.
And now to the booth for the call of the game with KCCR award-winning sports director John Winkler.
And a good afternoon as we welcome you here to Hyatt Stadium for the final time of the regular season as Pierre Post 8 takes on Huron Post 7 in a doubleheader as the Eights will be looking to get to 500 on the season and make sure they clinch a over 500 record in South Dakota games as they come in at 12-14 on the season overall, and 11-10 in the South Dakota games to this point. And the Eights are going to be looking for an opportunity to knock off this Huron Post 7 squad. Just 2 wins on the regular season. They have one in South Dakota games against Aberdeen. They split that doubleheader, but they have just one other win this entire season. So this is a team that is struggling right now. They're trying to find their footing now in July. They're coming off of being swept by Brookings Bandits yesterday, and now the Eights are wanting to make sure that they continue to keep Huron down. Don't let them get feeling good about themselves, especially in this doubleheader, as the Eights are going to also look to feel better about themselves after a doubleheader split with Mitchell on Tuesday. They only got 8 hits in those 2 games, only scored 1 run between those 2 games. It was a 1-0 win for them to get that first game win on a 1-hit shutout by Carter Templeton. But the Eights then were shut out 11-0 in the second game in just 5 innings. So now here in this game, the batting average against for the pitching staff of Huron, they're sitting at 400 so far, near 20 games of the season. And so the Eights want to take advantage of the pitching that has allowed a lot of hits to start getting that average back up. They're hitting 285 now in the season as Pierre, but certainly they want to be better than what they were last Tuesday when the Eights had just those 8 hits in those 2 games. They are going against Nolan Staley, who is their starting pitcher, has one of those 2 wins. He's got an ERA at 7.84 and a whip at 2.04 and a batting average against at 347. The Eights are going to have Bridger Babcock be the starting pitcher as, again, this is the final home game for these seniors, and there's no guarantee that they will be home. Now, if they take care of business over the next 4 games, it's much more likely that they can be at home, but certainly still not a guarantee. If they don't win all 4 games, then you might need a little bit of help, and if you don't win 3 of those 4 games, you're going to need a lot of help to try and be back here at home in the playoffs. So these 4 games, very important for the Eights to try and pick up, but it starts here this afternoon and this evening against the Huron Post 7 team. As Babcock is coming in, he is going going to be making his 7th start, which is going to be tied for the team lead with Carter Templeton. And then he's looking for that first win, though, on the season as a starting pitcher. He's pitched well. That whip at 1.73, the batting average against it 331 on a first pitch strike percentage, nearly 75% for Babcock. But wanting to get some early run support and then work from there, as he's given up 44 hits in those 28 and third innings. He only has 5 walks in those 28 and the third innings. So a guy that throws a lot of strikes. A team is hitting 300 in Huron, but it is one where that Pierre feels like they show up, they play good baseball. They're not just showing up, but they're showing up to play good baseball, and they're going to find ways to get a couple wins against Huron Post 7. But they have to play good baseball games here today against this Huron Post 7 squad. Let's take our first break here in the pregame show. We'll come back and have starting lineups on the way. Back in 3 minutes as you're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Step up to the plate with Kathy Sunshine Properties in Pierre, your go-to for buying, selling, and finding your perfect home. Whether you're looking for a cozy cottage or a spacious family home, Kathy Sunshine Properties has you covered. We're committed to helping you make your next big move, on the field or in your life. Ready to find your dream home? Call Kathy Sunshine Properties at 605-224-5588. Your home run in real estate.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Tons Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Tons Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Tons Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Tons Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
As we welcome you back, we continue to get set here for Pierre Post State and Huron Post 7 in the final home game of the final home doubleheader of the regular season. As we look at both lineups, first for Huron Post 7, the visitors, Trace Wentz, the center fielder, will lead things off. He'll be followed by Chase Schuhart, the left fielder, batting second. Tommy Martin, the third baseman, will bat third. Anderson Porish is the cleanup hitter. He is playing first base. Jeremy Hofer, the second baseman, batting fifth. Elijah Shreve, the shortstop, will bat sixth. Corbin Brock, the DH, batting seventh. Zach Shear, the right fielder, batting eighth. And Oakley Anderson rounds out the order, batting ninth for the Huron of Post 7. For Pierre Post States, and also Nolan Staley will be the pitcher for the Huron Post 7. For Pierre Post 8, Carter Shufflebein, the shortstop, is leading off. He'll be followed by the catcher, Sun and Shine. Will Eilers will bat third. He's the right fielder. Trip Lindenkugel's back in the lineup. He's the DH, the cleanup man. Jackson Goodman, the third baseman, will bat fifth. Alec Eilers, the first baseman, will bat sixth. Riker Edson, the second baseman, batting seventh. Aiden Johnson, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Porter Hunsley, the center fielder, is batting ninth. For Pierre Post State, Bridger Babcock is on the mound for the Eights here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. So those are your starting lineups. They're being introduced right now. We'll take another 3-minute break. When we come back, we've got first pitch for you between Pierre and Huron. Back in 3 minutes on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Spring is the season for a fresh start, and that includes your technology. Whether you are looking to upgrade or need to breathe new life into your current device, CommTech is your one-stop solution. Experience the brilliance of LG OLED TVs, the immersive sound of Sonos and JBL, or the unmatched performance of Lenovo laptops. Buy with confidence thanks to our price match guarantee and 0% interest on selected purchases. We're your locally owned technology experts on the truck bypass. CommTech. We sell the best and fix the rest.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set for a first pitch between Pierre and Huron Post 7, as the Eights will be looking for a doubleheader sweep of Huron. But first is Game 1, and you got to be able to play good baseball. The Eights played good baseball in Game 1 against Mitchell on Tuesday when they won 1-0. Maybe not so much hitting-wise, didn't play so well or hit so well in that first game, but they did not play good defense with 6 errors in that 11-0 loss in that second game to Mitchell Post 18. So now here in this doubleheader, the Eights want to make sure that they play, again, good baseball here from start to finish, and Bridger Babcock will be on the mound. He has thrown 28 in the third innings. He is making his 7th start. All of his appearances have been starts. Right now an 0-5 record, but perfect time to get that first win of the season. 44 hits allowed, 30 runs, 28 of them earned. Only 5 walks in 28 in the third innings. Doesn't strike out a lot of guys at 14. Well, that's 1 every 2 innings, which still isn't bad at all. He's only hit 3 guys, so only 8 free passes in 28 in the third inning. That's very good. That keeps that whip down. The ERA at 6.92, the whip at 1.73, batting average against at 331. But another thing that Bridger Babcock does so well is first pitch strike percentage at 73%. He has thrown, so in Carter Templeton, who's got the most innings right now at 36, Bridger Babcock at 28 and a third. He's got 11 of those 28 and a third for less than 13 pitches. He's had 8 go for a 1-2-3 inning, which again tells you that he is effective on the mound, efficient on the mound, and makes these guys put the ball in play throughout an entire baseball game. As Trace Wentz will step to the plate, we're ready to go here for our final home doubleheader of the season. Bridger Babcock from the stretch delivers the first pitch, and first pitch swinging. That is going to be put in front of the mound, and it will be a tag out of Wentz. So first pitch swinging, 1 pitch, 1 out. It's a 1 unassisted at 4:58. Wentz did not think that he put the ball in play, but he didn't have a whole lot behind it. So it is a good start here for the Eights. Just 1 pitch, and we've got the first out. Now Chase Schuhart, the left fielder, to the plate. As Babcock will deliver his second pitch, and that will be missing low and inside for ball 1. Schuhart's hitting .377. He's got 3 doubles, 10 runs driven in, one of just 2 guys with 10-plus RBIs, and the other guy, Trace Wentz, has 15, was retired on the first pitch of the ball game. 1-0 pitch. That one's going to be a flare to left field. That will get down in front of Aiden Johnson for a base hit. And there is 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the first inning. And it brings up Tommy Martin, the third baseman. Tommy Martin, as he comes in, he is hitting .207. He's got 3 doubles as well, 4 runs driven in. A team with 29 extra base hits overall, 20 doubles, 8 triples, and a home run. As Martin waits on the first pitch here from Bridger Babcock. First pitch will come in inside for ball 1. They're hitting .300 as a team, slugging .374 though overall for Huron. And you look at the way they hit, just by average, you go, okay, that's not a bad average to have. I mean, it's 15 points higher than Post 8. But then you start to look at the pitching side of things, and the pitching hasn't been there for Huron with their batting average against as a pitching staff at .400. So that basically gets counteracted. I mean, you look at, for Pierre, the batting average against for the pitching staff at .262. Well, you're hitting 23 points higher than your pitching staff is allowing base hits. Runner takes off. There's a swing and a miss. A throw from Sun and Shine, and it's going to go off of Shufflebine at short, and then off of Wentz. Make that Schuhart, who stole second. It was a swing and a miss, so the count's now 1-1. But a runner on at second as Huron is trying to score here in this top of the first inning. We've already had a doubleheader completed across the state. Aberdeen and Mitchell. Aberdeen and Mitchell will split the 2 games. It was an 8-1 win for Mitchell in Game 1, then a 7-6 win for Aberdeen in Game 2. Here's a ground ball that'll eat up Jackson Goodman. Bounces high up in the air. He'll pick it back down. His throw to first is going to be not in. It was in time, but Alec Eilers was off the base at first. And I think Coach Iverson is going to say, hey, can we ask the home plate umpire? And so they're going to talk about to see if he was still on the base or not. We'll see if the home plate umpire had the eyes on it. And they will say that he is safe and that Eilers was off the bag when he made the catch. And so it goes down as an error. And that's a hard one to who to give the error on. If Goodman makes the play right away, you can say that play's made, but also if did it really pull Eilers off the bag, or was he just come? It was the throw, the reason why he came off the bag. But I think Goodman's going to get the error, and it's first and second with only 1 out. And Anderson Porsche, the first baseman, digs in. The A's can't let errors start to fester here early on. That one's fouled back, and the count's 1-1. And the other thing that for Bridger Babcock, again, he's not a strikeout pitcher, and he knows that, but he's going to pitch to contact. So if you play good defense in front of or behind Bridger Babcock, you're going to put yourself in a good spot to win a baseball game. If you don't play good defense around him, other pitchers, you can not play great defense or maybe a little bit more suspect defense, and he can go get strikeouts and work around it. That one will miss outside. That counts 2-1. But it is one that you don't want to have. I mean, really, any pitcher. You don't want to have. I mean, we saw it with Will Danberg on Tuesday. A lot of errors around him, and he wasn't as effective as he usually is, as there's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 2-2. And so the 2-2 count, Anderson Porish trying to drive in the game's first run. As he's hitting .600 so far, but only 6 of 10 on the season, has not played a lot of baseball to this point for Huron Post 7. Here's a 2-2. Line shot into right field. That will get down for a base hit. Will Eilers is able to get to it. The throw will come in. It is cut off at first, and it's an RBI single for Anderson Porish. And it is a 1-0 lead here for the Huron Post 7. And it's first and third and still threatening here for Huron. Now Jeremy Hofer, the second baseman, to the plate. We'll see if maybe there's going to be a safety squeeze on as he goes down and chats with the third base coach. .357 average coming in. He's got 4 doubles, a triple, 8 runs driven in. By the way, Porish, who now has 7 hits, that's his 6th RBI of the season. So only 11 make that now 12 plate appearances. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Pickoff attempt over at first, and standing up is Porish. And we'll see if Jeremy Hofer is going to try and put a safety squeeze button down. Runner takes off, ground ball that's going to get through the hole on the left side, and it's a 2-0 lead here for Huron at the top of the first inning. RBI single for Hofer. First and second here with only 1 out. And he's now picked up his 9th RBI of the season, which brings up Elijah Shreve, the shortstop. Shreve so far, well, this looks like it might be his first game of the season. He's got no stats as of yet, so first chance for him to swing the baseball bat this summer. First pitch, he'll swing at it, ground it up the middle. That is going to kick off the glove of Scheffelbein into center field. Another run's going to come in to score. It's a 3-0 lead for Huron here in the top of the first inning. It'll be a hit up the middle, an RBI for Shreve. And it's first and second still here in this top of the first inning. And Corbin Brock, the DH, to the plate. Corbin Brock, he'll wait on the first pitch here from Bridger Babcock. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Huron's 2-19 on the season so far, so in 21 games, looking at the average, they're averaging 4.8 runs per game. They've already got 3 here in the top of the first inning and threatening for more runs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. The count's now 0-2. Not the start for Post State, but there's a lot of baseball game left, and again, just by the stats for Huron, the pitching staff gives up a lot of hits and a lot of runs, so there's still plenty of time. They got to get out of this top of the first inning here. 0-2 pitch from Babcock. That'll be upstairs. He did not go, did Brock. 7th man to come to the plate. Zach Shear, the right fielder, is batting 8th, and Oakley Anderson, the catcher, batting 9th to round out the order. Babcock is looking for a strikeout here. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip. Oh, no, they're going to say that he did not He signaled for an out, but I think it was a foul tip. I think he also signaled the foul tip. So it was a second strike. He had to hold, the Sunshine had to hold on to it, but I think it hit the dirt before he even got a chance to catch it. 1-2 pitch again. That one's taken for strike 3 at the knees, and there is the second out, and a big second out for Bridger Babcock. So we go around the horn defensively here for Post 8. Aiden Johnson's out in left, Porter Hunsley in center, Will Eilers in right, Jackson Goodman at third, Carter Schuffelbein at short, Riker Edson at second, Alec Eilers at first, Sutton Sunshine behind the plate, and Bridger Babcock will deliver here the first pitch to Zach Shear. That'll be popped up on the right side. That will get out of play. There is activity out in the right field bullpen right now. And so the count being 0-1. And it is... Well, Trip Lindekugel is warming up. I'm not sure. Looks like maybe just playing catch in case he has to come into the game and be the third baseman. We haven't seen him play the field or hit for a couple of weeks. He's been dealing with a knee injury that's kind of been lingering from the late part of spring through now the midpoint of summer, now the late part of the summer season. This will be flown out towards right center field, but that will be Porter Hunsley that will get over to it to make the catch, and that will take care of the top of the first inning. But a 3-run first inning. There were 4 hits, an error, and 2 men left on base. Post 8 is down 3-0 to start this ball game as the Eights will come to the plate. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the first, and Post 8 down 3-0 here early on as they get their first chance to swing the sticks. Carter Schuffelbein will lead us off, followed by Sutton Sunshine. Will Eilers, the right fielder, batting third. Trip Lindekugel is the DH, batting fourth. Jackson Goodman is the third baseman, batting fifth. Alec Eilers, the first baseman, batting sixth. Riker Edson bats seventh. He's the second baseman. Aiden Johnson, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Porter Hunsley, the center fielder, batting ninth here for Post 8, as that is a look at your Post 8 batting order, with it being a 3-0 game for Huron here in the bottom of the first inning. And it brings the Eights, who, again, had less than 10 hits, only 1 run scored on Tuesday against Mitchell. And it's going to be much better offensive output here today in both games, not just doing enough to get one done. You have to win both. The Huron is, again, a team that you still can't take lightly, even though they've got one South Dakota win. And they will certainly hurt with the seed point average. And it will make the next, if they don't win this first game, it will make the next 3 very much must win, and then also needing some help. First pitch swinging by Schuffelbein. He'll ground to the second baseman, Hofer. And there's one down here in the bottom of the first inning, and it will bring up now Sutton Sunshine to the plate. As we look around the horn defensively for Huron Post 7, it is Chase Schuhartz, the left fielder, Trace Wentz, the center fielder, as then Zach Shear, the right fielder, from left around the infield, as the first pitch to Sutton Sunshine will come in and miss outside for ball 1. Tommy Martin's the third baseman, Elijah Shreve at short, Jeremy Hofer at second, Anderson Porish at first. Oakley Anderson, the left-handed catcher, behind home plate. And the right-hander, Nolan Staley, to the plate. That's a line shot off the glove. Now a tough play for the second baseman to come in. It will be a 1-4-3 put out of Sunshine. There's now 2 down. Good play by Hofer coming in on it as he was able to change direction of where he was going after Staley was able to get a glove on it. So now Will Eilers with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the first. Here's the first pitch from Staley. That will drop in for strike 1. Nolan Staley thrown 25 innings, the most on the team. This will be his 5th start and 7th appearance overall. 1-3 record, 41 hits, 36 runs, 28 of those have been earned. Here's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. And the first base runner here for the Eights as Eilers gets on base to bring up Trip Lindekugel. Will make his return back to the lineup. Finishing out the stats right now for Staley, he has gotten 10 walks, 12 strikeouts in those 25 innings. An ERA at 7.84, whip at 2.04. Batting average against at 347. Here's the first pitch to Lindekugel. That'll miss outside for ball 1. So Lindekugel, he comes in. He is hitting 182 on the summer so far. He's got 2 doubles, 2 triples, no singles. He's only had 29 plate appearances to this point. As that one's upstairs, he's played quite a bit of the summer with a nagging injury that he got looked at, and I believe had an MRI on the knee as well, and able to get back and playing here this summer. And here's a line shot towards right center field. That will get down for a base hit. Will Eilers on his way to third. The throw coming to third. Diving in is Eilers. A throw back to second. They got him out at second. Lindekugel's thrown out trying to stretch the throw to second, and it will be the third out in the inning. So base hit, score at 9-5-4, and that will take care of the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a man left on base. Huron has a 3-0 lead going to the top of the second. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health and your time matter to us. Our team takes pride in providing personal, professional care, from filling your prescriptions quickly to answering your questions every step of the way. Need a little extra convenience? We offer free delivery right to your home or office. Because at Shane's Pharmacy, you're our family, friends, and neighbors, and we're honored to care for you. Shane's Pharmacy. Feel better for less and stay well with us. Call 605-223-9200 or stop by in Fort Pierre. Shane's Pharmacy. Proud to support our local high school athletes.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the second, and it is a 3-0 lead for Huron Post 7 over Pierre Post 8. And it will be 9-1-2 for this Post 7 squad. Oakley Anderson, Trace Wentz, and Chase Schuhartz, the first 3 hitters. 3 runs on 4 hits and an error in that top of the first inning for Huron Post 7. The Eights with 2 hits in that first inning, but unfortunately that second hit turned into an out. Lindekugel nearly was able to get to second and felt confident to get there, but ends up getting thrown out. And it was a smart play, too, by Tommy Martin, the third baseman, as the first pitch was fouled back. He didn't wait for the ball to get to third base and try to make a play on Will Eilers at third. He saw how close he was to third, so he came up on the ball, was able to field it a split second quicker, throw the ball to second a split second faster, and that split second is the difference between being second and third with 2 outs instead of being here at the top of the second inning. That one, I believe, was a ball called on the outside as Oakley Anderson was showing bunt, but he pulled it back. Almost didn't pull it back in time. So now here's the 1-1 from Bridger Babcock. There's a swing and a miss. And the count's now 1-2 here to Oakley Anderson, the catcher. .292 batting average, make that 158 batting average for Anderson. He's got 2 triples. 2 of the 8 triples that they have. He has driven in 3 runs so far. 1-2 pitch. That'll bounce in. And the count's now 2-2. Bridger Babcock in that first inning. Well, now going into the second inning, and obviously I'm trying to get back to where I was at. 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball that'll be up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, Riker Anderson, to his right. He'll make the play over to first. And the leadoff man is gone here to kick off the top of the second. And it will bring up Trace Wentz to the plate. Babcock only threw his 25th pitch there after having 8 guys come to the plate in the top of the second, or top of the first. He's only thrown 25 now with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Trace Wentz on the first pitch had a swing that he didn't think was anywhere close to being in fair territory. It was picked up by Bridger Babcock and then tagged him out, not even a quarter way up the line. As the first pitch is swung on and missed for strike one, almost turned into the exact same play because he was well out in front of that first pitch in the top of the first, and he barely got enough to get a piece of that one being well out in front of the off-speed pitch from Babcock there in this at-bat. Here's the 0-1. That'll miss for a ball, and the count's 1-1. Didn't get a chance to say that Wentz is hitting .414 coming into today. He's got the most hits of the team with 24. 4 doubles, a triple. He does have a home run and leads the team with 15 runs driven in. That one will miss inside. The count's now 2-1. Here to Wentz, the center fielder. 2-1 pitch here from Babcock. Line shot, base hit into left field. No chance for Jackson Goodman or Carter Shufflebein over out on the left side of the infield. 5th hit of now the ball game for Huron post 7, and there's 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the second. And Jay Schuhart to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He's singled in his first at-bats. Which, by the way, earlier today, we had a lot of severe weather coverage on the radio. The Huron area right now, obviously, they are in a severe thunderstorm warning. There's a tornado warning just east of Huron and north of Huron, but the town of Huron not in it. There's a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings as the runner takes off. The throw to second. That one's going to be nailed by Sudden Sunshine. The tag applied by Carter Shufflebein. There's now 2 down. So Wentz is caught trying to steal for the second out. First pitch missed for ball 1. And for Sudden Sunshine, that's the 14th guy that he has caught stealing. Will Eilers has caught 1 guy so far because mostly been Sunshine behind the plate. Now his 14th man that he's caught trying to steal between second and third. That one will miss low, and the count's 2-0. Obviously, all that severe weather has left our listening area, and Zach was on the air for the majority of the last 4+ hours. This will be chopped off the plate, high to the right side of the mound. Bridger Babcock, though, will take it down and throw to first. Will be in time, and it will be the minimum faced in the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. 3-0 lead for Pierre over Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR. And you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. When your tank's running low and your stomach is growling, there's one place Pierre trusts, DJ Senex. Feel up fast, grab ice-cold drinks, selection of fresh donuts, and that perfect cup of coffee to keep you moving. Friendly faces, quick stops, and everything you need right when you need it. So next time you're on the go, make the easy stop. DJ Senex. Fueled by community, driven by you.
For years, you have trusted Larry Fry Heating and Cooling to keep your home comfortable, no matter the season. Now that same commitment to quality service and expert care has a new name. Introducing Kruger Climate Systems. We're familiar faces, the reliable technicians, and the same dedication you've always known, now under a new banner. From essential repairs and routine maintenance to brand new installations, we're here to ensure your home's perfect temperature. Kruger Climate Systems, your trusted partner for a comfortable home. Call us today for all your heating and cooling needs.
It is the bottom of the second. Post 8 will have 5, 6, and 7. Jackson Goodman, Alec Eilers, and Riker Edson. Anybody reaches base, it'll go to Aiden Johnson as they'll try and get some of these runs back down 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. And some must-win games here for Post 8. Right now, they are slated to face Watertown in the first in that playoff series. Actually, check that. Let's see here. We'll go. Yeah, it is still through July 1st. They are scheduled to face Watertown, or potentially would be facing Watertown if the season ended today. And the 8-9 matchup. So they are close to getting into that home slot, but they have to make sure they get wins. Here's a ground ball that'll be off the third baseman, and it will be for a leadoff error. Tommy Martin tried to backhand it, goes off of his glove and to his left. Jackson Goodman will reach base. First error by the Huron post 7, and it brings up Alec Eilers to the plate. So Eilers now here with runner on at first and nobody out. Here's the first pitch to him. There's a line shot to center field. Coming in, the catch will be made by Wentz, the center fielder. And retreating back to first goes Goodman. One down, just 2 pitches into this inning. And brings up Riker Edson to the plate. So Pierre is less than a half a point behind Watertown. And of course, those teams play on Monday. And that'll be going into that game. We'll have an idea of how, not necessarily how it all will shake out. This will be popped up on the infield. The second baseman will call for it in Hofer, and there's now 2 down. And I believe that's only the third pitch of the inning so far. And you've got a guy on first with 2 outs, and it brings up Aiden Johnson to the plate. Yeah, everything all so far is 3 pitches, 3 different results, and the first pitch will be taken by Aiden Johnson for strike 1. Goodman reaching on the air, the line out to center by Alec Eilers, the pop out by Riker Edson. Now the 0-1 pitch, Johnson swings and misses, and the count's 0-2. And Nolan Staley looking for a 6-pitch inning potentially. He'll get the sign. He'll come set from the stretch. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's upstairs, and the count's 1-2. Aiden Johnson has got 2 doubles, 4 runs driven in, 170 batting average coming into today. 1-2 pitch, ground ball on the left side. That will be backhanded by the shortstop deep into the hole. Then backhanded cleanly by Shree, but there was no chance of getting Aiden Johnson. That'll be an infield single for him, and it's first and second here with 2 away, and it brings up Porter Hunsley to the plate, trying to get an RBI still. Still only 6 pitches thrown in this inning from Nolan Staley, as the first pitch to Hunsley will miss upstairs for ball 1. Oakley Anderson even turned back around thinking that should have been a strike call. But it missed up, and Porter Hunsley coming in, hitting .281, 3 doubles, 11 runs driven in. Looking for his 6th 2-out RBI of the season. That one will be upstairs as well, and the count's 2-0. Still bottom of the second. Long way to go here in this first game, but the Eights want to cash in with the runner in score position here. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now 2-1 to Hunsley. Top of the order is waiting on deck, Carter Scheffelbein. And a potential to try and make this a big inning with Hunsley followed by Scheffelbein. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball on the left side, diving for it and stopping is the shortstop Shreve. It'll be another infield single, and Shreve saves a run by being able to make a diving stop on it. No chance, even if he had fielded cleanly, I don't think there's any chance he's going to throw out Hunsley either at first. But again, it saves that run over at third right now, but Carter Scheffelbein will come to the plate. He's got the power that can make this a 1-run lead for the Eights with 1 swing. The first pitch will miss inside for ball 1. He's homered 3 times, once here at Hyatt Stadium. 18 runs driven in on the season for Scheffelbein, who's hitting .493 now. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's 2-0. He's dipped below 500 after an 0 for day on Tuesday. That doesn't happen very often. When a combined 0 for 6, he's 0 for his last 7 going back to Tuesday. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Scheffelbein. That'll miss outside, and the count's 3-0, and do you give him the green light? One hand, you're one pitch away from scoring that first run. On the other hand, you're still one swing away from taking the lead. 3-0 pitch to Scheffelbein. He will take it all the way, and the count's now 3-1. It's a good hitter's count to hit one over the left field wall. Give the Eights a 4-3 lead. From the windup, here's the pitch from Staley. That'll come inside. It will draw a walk, and it will get a run in to make it a 3-1 game. And now Sutton Sonnenschein with 2 outs. A base hit ties it up. 19th RBI of the season for Scheffelbein. He overtakes the team lead for right now, and again, I think he'd gladly give it back to Sutton Sonnenschein. If he can get a base hit anywhere around the field, probably will score too with Hunsley, the speed that he has at second base. A lot of good speed all the way around the base pass right now for the Eights. That one, first pitch is over for strike 1. Now, Aiden Johnson's got a lot of speed, but he's only 90 feet away, so it does help if there's a wild pitch. Get to the backstop. You're not worried about him not being able to score. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Sonnenschein. That one to be chopped foul, and the count's quickly 0-2. But with Johnson, Hunsley, and Scheffelbein on the base pass, it might be your 3 quickest guys on the bases. Here's now the 0-2 from Staley to Sonnenschein. This will be popped up. Foul territory. Oakley Anderson trying to find it. He will lose his balance. He was too far away from it. And it will drop foul. And so Sonnenschein will get another life to try and drive in a couple runs. Boy, this is a big, big pitch upcoming here. Staley did his job to try and get that final out. Tough play to make in foul territory, and now here is Sonnenschein with another chance. 0-2 pitch to him. Comes inside, nearly gets him, and the count's now 1-2. Then that throw almost got away from Staley enough to Johnson. He saw it the whole way, didn't go, and probably why his decision not to go. The ball didn't hit off the glove of Staley, though. He would have been able to score. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Sonnenschein rips it towards right center field. It's going to get down. It's going to score all 3 runs, and the Eights are going to take the lead. Scheffelbein's already rounding third. Sonnenschein, he's going to try to score. Scheffelbein's going to get home to make sure he scores if Sonnenschein's out, but he's not out. He's got a 3 RBI triple, and the Eights will take a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the second. A big, big triple to right center field. And it's a 4-3 lead for Pierre Post State in the bottom of the second. RBIs 19, 20, and 21 for Sonnenschein. And now Will Eilers, he's got 13 runs driven in. He's got an opportunity to make this a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the second. First pitch. Eilers, that one will be ripped foul between Coach Iverson and Hudson Stosher, who's running over at third for Sonnenschein with 2 outs. Ball gets into fair territory, so they have to go grab that baseball before the next pitch is thrown. Out by the 324 sign. Out in the left field corner. Eilers singled in his first trip to the plate. Hitting .314 coming into today. He'll take the 0-1 pitch for a strike, and the count's 0-2. He's got 4 doubles and 2 triples. Again, 13 runs driven in, which is 4th on the team. Here's the 0-2. That one's off the hands. Going to be a tough play up the middle. The second baseman, Hofer, a backhand. The throw to first is not going to be in time. It will get away from the first baseman, and over to second will go Eilers. I think Eilers was safe had the ball even been caught by the first baseman. It's an infield single and an RBI for Eilers, then a throwing error by the second baseman, Hofer, to allow him to get to second. And the Eights still are in business, and they lead it 5-3. So the second error of the inning by Huron, and it is a 2-run lead now for the Eights. 14th RBI of the season for Eilers. First pitch to Lindekugel. He'll sky this to center field. Trace Wentz will back up a few more steps than I think he originally thought, and it will be caught by the center fielder, but all 9 guys will come to the plate. 5 runs will score for Pierre Post Eights. On 4 hits, 2 errors, and 1 man left on base. 5-3 lead for Pierre over Huron as we head to the third. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
Has life left a dent in your ride? Or maybe you're dreaming of a fresh start for your classic. At Hunsley Auto Body and Sandblasting, we bring vehicles back to life. Located right here in Fort Pierre with over 25 years experience, we specialize in expert auto body repair, from minor dings to major collision work. Got a boat or RV with fiberglass damage? We handle that too. And for projects needing a complete refresh, our professional sandblasting service preps anything ready for a perfect finish. For quality work you can trust, Hunsley Auto Body and Sandblasting, 605-280-4451, 310 West Highway 1434 in Fort Pierre. It is the top of the third inning and a 5-3 lead for Post Eights as Bridger Babcock now working with the lead. And he will go against 3, 4, and 5, Tommy Martin, Anderson Porish, and Jeremy Hofer. By the way, all 5 of those runs came with 2 outs in the inning. The first 2 guys went down. Well, I guess Jackson Goodman, he was still, all those outs, all those runs came with 2 outs, but Goodman reached on an error to start the inning. Alec Eilers and Riker Edson were retired on 1 pitch, so only 3 pitches to the first 3 hitters. And we talked about how quick of an inning it could have been for Nolan Staley. Then he gives up 5 runs with 2 outs. All of those go unearned, by the way, too, for Staley because of the error to start the inning. That would have been a 3-pitch inning for Nolan Staley had the play been made over a third. But it turns into a 5-run second, and the Eights lead it by 2 here in the top of the third. As the swing and miss by Tommy Martin, and the count's 0-2. He reached on an error back in the top of the first inning. Crazy enough, it was Jackson Goodman over at third where the error was on, and Jackson Goodman reached on an error by Tommy Martin. So they, I don't know if helped each other out's the right word, but because it doesn't help the batting average at all reaching on air, but they, I guess, maybe helped each other get on base. Obviously joking about all that, but it is a 1-2 count. Just weird to see one third baseman make an error and then the other third baseman make the same error on that third baseman. That'll be fouled back. And the count remaining at 1-2. Bridger Babcock was coming in having thrown 32 pitches through those 2 innings. It had been 33 pitches for Nolan Staley through his 2 innings. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Martin. Fouled back, and we'll do it again here at 1-2. Babcock does have a strikeout. He struck out Corbin Brock looking back in the top of the first. It was 3 straight RBI singles for Huron in that first inning with Anderson Porish, Jeremy Hofer, and Elijah Shreve. This will be grounded over to Jackson Goodman at third. He'll make this play over at third. His throw to first is in time. And the third baseman will ground out to the other third baseman for the first out here in the top of the third inning, and it brings up Anderson Porish. So maybe Jackson Goodman and Tommy Martin have some kind of written agreement or a verbal agreement that they're just going to keep hitting the ball at each other the whole time. Goodman grounded over to third, and Martin's grounded to the third baseman both times, too. First pitch swinging for Anderson Porsche. It'll be grounded over to the second baseman, Riker Edson. He will field to his left, and he'll make the play. 2 down here at the top of the third, and it brings up Jeremy Hofer. So it was Anderson Porsche, Jeremy Hofer, and Elijah Shreve all having RBI singles back at the top of the first. They made the 3-0 lead for Huron Post 7, but now 2 outs and nobody on, and Hofer will stand in. And time called here before that first pitch comes to the plate. After today, we've got one more South Dakota doubleheader. Be up in Watertown on Monday with a 5 o'clock first pitch. Here's the first pitch. That's over for strike one to Jeremy Hofer. Then we'll go to the Gopher Classic. Play back-to-back games Friday, back-to-back games on Saturday. And then if the Eights win the pool, they'll play Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Then they'll have to win twice and then play on Monday in the semifinals. That one just misses inside. He was a count at 1-1 to Jeremy Hofer. All those games will be on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Here's the 1-1. That'll miss low, and the count's 2-1. The only caveat is the church service at 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings on KCCR, and we'd play at 9, so possibility that you can get the game done before the church service starts, or may not have it done by the time that the service would start. It'll come inside to make it a 3-1 count here to Jeremy Hofer. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Here's a 3-1 pitch from Bridger Babcock home. This will be popped foul just to our left, and the count's now full at 3-2. We'll be up in Watertown on Monday for a 5 o'clock first pitch and bring out all the good luck charms, anything that you can think of to break a curse, because for some reason that the Eights have struggled to play in Watertown in the last 8 years. The last time they won a game in Watertown, not just against Watertown, but any game at Watertown Stadium, was back in 2018. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That'll be upstairs for ball 4, and Hofer will draw a walk. And it brings up Elijah Shreve with a runner on at first and 2 away here in the top of the third inning. So Shreve's got an RBI single as he'll come back to the plate. And no 1-2-3 inning for Bridger Babcock. He faced the minimum in that second inning after Trace Wentz was thrown out trying to steal second. Pickoff attempt, and say that's the only way you can have a minimum face in this third inning. If you pick him off or he tries to steal and you throw him out. But Shreve will dig in, get ready for the first pitch coming here from the right-hander Bridger Babcock. Ground ball down the third base line. That will just get past Jackson Goodman into left field for a base hit. Johnson's able to cut it off down the line, and it will still turn into a double, though, for Elijah Shreve, and it's second and third with 2 away. And all of a sudden, Huron's 1 base hit away from tying this game right back up. So Shreve is now 2 for 2, and Corbin Brock, who struck out looking in his first trip to the plate, he's got a chance to tie it up with a base hit with 2 outs. Here's the first pitch. That'll miss low and inside for ball 1. Brock was coming in. He's hitting .462. Again, not a whole lot of at-bats. Now 6 of 14 on the season. He's got 2 runs driven in. Looking to double that. Here's the 1-0. That one is upstairs and inside. The count's now 2-0. Well, we had 2 games on Tuesday with the shutouts. Pierre winning 1-0 and then losing 11-0. I don't think we're going to see a lot of runs between. I think we're going to see a lot of runs between these 2 teams, at least in this game and potentially in game 2 as well. Counts 2-1 as that one finds its way to the strike zone. Runners are at second and third with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. 2-1 pitch. That'll miss inside. The count's 3-1. On deck is Zach Shear, the right fielder. Three-one pitch here from Bridger Babcock. Ground ball on the right side. This will be fielded by Riker Edson. His throw to first is going to be in time, and Bridger Babcock's able to work around the danger and get a scoreless top of the third inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the third, 5-3 lead for Pierre over Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Back here, make that the bottom of the third inning. Post State leading 5-3, and it will be 5, 6, and 7 once again here to lead things off in this inning. Jackson Goodman, Alec Eilers, and Riker Edson. He might reach his base. It'll go to Aiden Johnson. Jackson Goodman, who reached on an error in his first trip to the plate. He's coming in hitting .273 on the summer. He does have 2 doubles, 6 runs driven in. Batting average dipped just a little bit with that reaching on an error, but it can certainly go right back up with a base hit. He had the game-winning base hit back on Tuesday as the first pitch misses outside for ball 1 as he drove in the game's only run in game 1. Coming on with a 2-out single in that bottom of the 6th inning. Here's a ground ball to the right side. A high, hard hop to the second baseman, Hofer. He'll make the play for the first out here in this bottom of the third, and it will bring up Alec Eilers, the first baseman to the plate. He flew out of the center fielder in right center field in his first trip to the plate. Here is the first pitch from Staley home. That will skip in for ball 1. Eilers hitting 146. He's got a double, 3 runs driven in. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball on the left side. A roller over to the shortstop as a throw to first from Shreve is in time. 2 ground outs for the first 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the third to bring up Riker Edson to the plate. He popped out to the second baseman, his counterpart in his first at-bat. He's hitting .237 coming into today. He's got 2 doubles, does have a triple, and he has driven in 10 runs. That first pitch will hit him as it was getting behind him, but still hit his backside, and there is a 2-out base runner here in the bottom of the third inning. And it brings up Aiden Johnson, an infield single to really start everything going in that bottom of the second inning. He and Hunsley each had infield singles, then came in to score as this will be lined over to the third baseman, Tommy Martin, to make the catch, and that will take care of the inning. A quick inning pitch-wise for Nolan Staley. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the top of the fourth. It is a 5-3 lead for Huron over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, we salute the service and sacrifice of our members. To show our appreciation for veterans, active duty military, and first responders, we're proud to introduce the We Salute Service and Sacrifice Loan Program, granting a special rate reduction on eligible consumer loans. Valid offer on new secure loans only. Internal refinances and unsecured loans do not qualify. Veterans, active duty military, and first responders, contact our loan team for more details. All deposits are insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. At Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, we're big on you.
Wagner Auto and Pierre has been hitting home runs for over 100 years, delivering quality vehicles and top-notch service to our community. Whether you need a rugged truck, a dependable SUV, or a fuel-efficient car, we've got the perfect lineup to keep you on the road. Proud sponsor of this season's baseball action, we're here to help you drive home a great deal. Stop by today or visit WagnerAuto.com. Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the fourth, and no score between Pierre, make that no score, 5-3 score for Pierre and Pierre over Huron in this top of the fourth inning. We've had plenty of scoring so far in this first game. Used to saying that in game one on Tuesday, since there wasn't any scoring happening until the sixth inning. It is the top of the fourth, and it is 8-9-1. Zach Shear, Oakley Anderson, and Trace Wentz. He might reach his base, it'll go to Chase Schuhartz. Shear is 0 for 1. He flew out to center, putting an end to that top of the first inning. Here's the first pitch. Ground ball on the left side. Carter Schuffelbein will field to his left. A quick throw to first is going to be in time. And the leadoff man gone. One pitch, one out here in the top of the fourth. And it brings up Oakley Anderson, the catcher, who also grounded out to the second baseman Riker Edson in his first at-bats. That was pitch number 52 for Bridger Babcock, who will try and go deep into this game. Anybody that throws 80 pitches or more will be unable to throw on Monday against Watertown. This will be flown out towards center field, and Porter Hunsley will camp underneath that one. There's 2 pitches and 2 outs. Usually leads to the next guy taking a pitch. Most coaches don't like to see a 3-pitch inning against for a pitcher. However, there are times where a coach will tell the player to take a pitch, and he completely forgets because he loves the pitch that's coming right down the middle to him. Here's the first pitch, and that will miss low for ball 1. So no 3-pitch inning for Bridger Babcock. It happened once or twice back when I was in high school. I wasn't the one that ended up swinging on that third pitch. Here's a ground ball over to Jackson Goodman at third. How about the next best thing of a 4-pitch inning for Bridger Babcock? And they go down in order, does Huron. 5-3 lead for the Eights over Huron as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When the South Dakota wind howls and the rain pours, is your home ready? Introducing Pierre Roofing and Gutters, the newest name serving Pierre, Fort Pierre, and surrounding communities. Owned by Karsten Erickson, the same expert you've trusted for years at Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction. We're expanding to keep our community covered. From full replacement to seamless gutter installs, Karsten and his team deliver. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Pierre Roofing and Gutters today for a free estimate. 605-280-8080. Pierre Roofing and Gutters. Built strong. Built local.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the fourth and a 5-3 lead for Pierre over Huron, and it is going to be 9-1-2. Porter Hunsley, Carter Schuffelbein, and Sutton Sonnenschein. As the Eights will try and extend their lead with a 5-run second inning after Huron started with a 3-run top of the first. Bridger Babcock worked a 4-pitch inning. He's thrown 55 through 4 innings, so he still has 50 pitches remaining going into that 5th inning. Only 39 pitches, so that was a 6-pitch inning, so we've seen 10 pitches thrown in the last full inning of the bottom of the third and top of the fourth. But only 39 through 3 innings for Nolan Staley. As Porter Hunsley, who had an infield single in his first at-bats, he'll lead us off here in the bottom of the fourth. And first pitch swing, ground ball. That is going to get through the left side for a base hit. Hunsley is 2 for 2. And an early base runner for the Eights. Second time now this ball game, the leadoff man has reached base. Jackson Goodman reached on an air back in the bottom of the second to lead us off. But now Hunsley leading off with a base hit and brings up Carter Shufflebine to the plate. He drew a walk with the bases loaded, scored the first run of the ball game. For Sunshine unloaded the bases with a 3-run triple. Gave the Eights the lead. First pitch taken for strike one. The throw to second. That will bounce its way just to the left of Hofer. And a first pitch strike, but a stolen base for Porter Hunsley. And he is in scoring position here with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. And a chance here for Shufflebine to pick up an RBI. It would be his second of the ball game. That pitch, a ground ball to the right side. It'll move Hunsley over to third, but it will be a ground out of Shufflebine for the first out. Does do his job moving the runner 90 feet away now. And Sunshine's got a chance for his fourth RBI. Second time that Shufflebine's ground out to the second baseman, Hofer. So now Sunshine, he is 1 for 2. With that 3 RBI triple, swings and misses at the first pitch for strike one. Nearly had a base hit in that first inning, but that line shot went off the glove of the pitcher and Wentz, of Staley, went over to the second baseman, Hofer, that made the play on a 1-4-3 putout. 0-1 pitches upstairs, and the count's even at a ball and a strike here to Sunshine. First guy to 20 RBIs. He's got 21, looking for RBI 22. He'll pop this one up on the right side. It's going to be a tough play for Porter, the first baseman, who will back up, make the catch. Hunsley starts to tag. The throw will keep him over at third, and Sunshine unable to drive in Hunsley, and it's up to Will Eilers to try and get his second RBI of the ball game. 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. Eilers is 2 for 2, singled in the first and singled home a run in the second on an infield base hit. End up at second on the second error of that inning by Huron. Here's the first pitch. That'll be behind Eilers, taken for ball one. You hear the wind on the crowd mic, the wind blowing in towards the press box on the first base side. Coming out of the east at 13 miles an hour. And this will be popped up left side of the infield. This will be Tommy Martin that will call for it, makes the catch, and the leadoff single does not come to score in the bottom of the fourth. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left on base. Halfway home in game one of our doubleheader. It is a 5-3 lead for Pierre over Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Your morning shouldn't start in chaos. At Pierre Closets, we create custom closets, laundry rooms, mud rooms, and more designed to change how your day starts, lowering stress, lifting your mood, and helping you get out the door on time. Manufactured locally in Pierre, our solutions are built around how you live. Reclaim your time by reclaiming your space. Call Pierre Closets at 605-223-5855 for free in-home design consultation. Pierre Closets, organized for life.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the fifth, and it is a 5-3 lead for Pierre over Huron. On American Family Insurance, Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And before we get the start of the top of the fifth inning, it is very far northwest corner of Ziebach County, but they do have a severe thunderstorm warning that is out until 6 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Central Time. Severe thunderstorm is located 10 miles northwest of Iron Lightning or 19 miles north of Faith, moving east at only 10 miles an hour. ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Iron Lightning, Glad Valley in the location of the storm. If Zach Nelson, I have not had contact with them, but if Zach Nelson does go back live on Facebook, he'll obviously have severe weather coverage. He might maybe waiting to see if this will get a little bit closer into the listening area than that northwest corner. It's as far northwest in Ziebach County as you can get. But that will most likely be on Capital City Rock, but we'll talk about how everything will go as the night progresses. Hopefully there's not much more than just that one severe thunderstorm warning that we have now out west instead of all the ones that we had out east. As it counts 1-1 here to Chase Schuhartz. He is 1 for 2. He singled back in that top of the first inning. He'll foul that one away to the left side, and the count's now 1-2. That was pitch number 58 from Bridger Babcock. Again, he's got now 47 pitches left to work with. Here's a chopper to the left side. Jackson Goodman comes in to make the play. His throw to first is going to be in time. Great play by Jackson Goodman. His first step was back initially, then he came charging in, timed it perfectly to make the play and throw to first to get Schuhart out at first. And there's one down, and it brings up Tommy Martin, who is 0 for 2, but he reached on an error back in the first inning. Both ground balls by Martin have gone over to the third baseman, Goodman. Here's the first pitch to Martin. He'll pop this one up foul. It'll be right over the top of us, landing on top of the press box for strike one. Schuhart, Martin, and Porish. Schuhart's already gone down with the ground out. Martin with the ground ball to Shufflebine at short. He will field his throw to first. That's a strong throw to get Martin over at first base from Shufflebine. And there's two away. And it brings up Anderson Porish. And where Shufflebine was at moving to his right, he still had his shoulders set, and he didn't feel in the backhand to step and throw. He was able to still field it with it in front of him and quickly turn and fire to first. Had to be a strong throw, and he made that all look pretty easy. As now Porish will line that first pitch to center field. Porter Hunsley going back. He'll make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bridger Babcock. Quickly to the top of the fifth inning. It's a 5-3 lead still for Pierre over Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Did you know a well-maintained AC will last up to 40% longer? Save money and extend the life of your equipment with AirTech Heating and Cooling. From Oneida to Fort Pierre, we help homeowners and businesses slash their energy costs with high-efficiency cooling systems and precision maintenance. Don't let a dirty filter or low refrigerant drain your wallet this summer. Experience the AirTech advantage. Call AirTech today at 605-945-0160 to join our maintenance program. AirTech Heating and Cooling, locally owned, keeping the Pierre area comfortable for over 20 years.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the fifth. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, as we're just past 6 o'clock on the Thursday nights. Trip Linda Kugel, Jackson Goodman, Alec Eilers, 4, 5, and 6 here for the Eights in this bottom of the fifth inning, leading 5-3. It was a 3-run top of the first on 3 straight singles from Anderson Porish, Jeremy Hofer, and Elijah Shreve. And then in that bottom of the second, the Eights scored 5 runs with a RBI walk from Shufflebine with the bases loaded, and then a 3 RBI triple from Sutton Sunshine, followed up with an RBI infield single for Will Eilers. That gave the Eights that 5-3 advantage. That's all we've had so far. Both these pitchers have thrown a lot of strikes and have forced the hitters to swing early in counts, or maybe, I don't know, maybe force is the right word, but they've thrown strikes enough to make it look good to swing at early pitches, and have not been able to see a lot of base hits the last couple of innings. And even if we have There's not a lot of deep counts between these two pitchers of Nolan Staley and Bridger Babcock. First pitch will miss upstairs for ball one to Tripp Lindekugel, who had a base hit in the first. Flew out to center in the second. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Here's the 1-0 pitch. There's a hard line shot to left field. That will get down for a base hit. Cut off before it got towards the wall. And Lindekugel will have a long single. And a good play by Schuhart to keep that from being extra bases for Lindekugel. But he's got his second hit today. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game. And it brings up now Jackson Goodman. For Lindekugel, that is now his 6th hits, and he's got 2 singles, 2 doubles, and 2 triples. Goodman will swing at the first pitch, pop this one up on the right side. This will be a tough play. Second baseman Hofer going out. He'll make the catch. And as he kept backing up, the right fielder in Shear trying to say where he was at, that he was far away from that play, but a good play there by Jeremy Hofer to make the catch for the first out. And it brings up Alec Eilers to the plate. So 1 on and 1 out, and here in the bottom of the 5th, Alec Eilers is 0 for 2. Flew out to center and ground out to short. Nolan Staley delivers the first pitch. There's a line shot to center field. Backing up a couple of steps is Wentz to make the catch. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and it will bring up Riker Edson to the plate, who was hit by a pitch in his last trip. This will only be pitch number 5 of the inning, coming from Nolan Staley. Here's the first pitch, and instead a pickoff attempt, and Lindekugel, who didn't have much of a lead, dives back in. Don't believe he'll be much of a threat to steal here, at least in his first game back after injuring. Here's a ground ball that'll be foul. Make its way all the way down the third base line in foul territory. And the count's 0-1. Edson 0 for 1, popped out to second, was hit by a pitch. That one will be inside, just missing Edson. Almost got hit for the second time. The count goes now 1-1. Staley will come set from the stretch. 1-1 pitch. That'll be fouled out of play on the left side. We'll do it with a 1-2 count. And that one just missed the truck that is out there. And bouncing its way on Capitol. And I think the moving car just got missed as well. Here's 1-2 now from Staley to Edson. Ground ball back to Staley, who will feel an underhand flip. And that will take care of the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the top of the 6th. It is still 5-3 lead for Pierre over Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When life throws you a curveball, May Adam Law Firm in Pierre is here to help you knock it out of the park. For over 130 years, we've been providing trusted legal expertise in business, family law, criminal defense, and more. Proud sponsors of this season's baseball action, we're committed to serving our community both on and off the field. Need legal advice? Step up to the plate with May Adam Law Firm. Visit mayadam.net or call today. May Adam, South Dakota's law firm since 1881.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
It is the top of the 6th, and the 8s have a 5-3 lead over here on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And for Bridger Babcock, as he gets into this top of the 6th inning, wait for this to reload here. Maybe just have to get out of it and reload it that way to tell you how many pitches each pitcher has thrown. But Babcock has thrown 62 going into this top of the 6th inning. And for Nolan Staley, only 55 through 5 innings. So both these guys have a chance to go deep into this game. And obviously now in the 6th inning, you're already kind of deep into the game, but certainly can go all the distance if each coach so chooses. First pitch swinging out towards right center field. It'll be Porter Hunsley that will get to the gap to make the catch. He'll track it down for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And it brings up Elijah Shreve to the plate. He is 2 for 2. He's got 2 of the 6 hits for Huron. Singled in the first with an RBI, then had the double in the top of the 3rd. Here's the first pitch from Bridger Babcock. That'll be upstairs for ball 1. Huron had 4 hits in the first, a hit in the second, and then they had that double by Shreve in the 3rd. Did not have a base hit in the 4th or 5th inning. And it's actually been 8 straight retired right now since that double by Shreve, as it counts 2-0. Here's a 2-0 from Bridger Babcock to Shreve. That one's over for a strike, and the count's 2-1. And we've almost reached one of our longest battles at the plate, with Bridger Babcock going to deliver the 4th pitch in this at-bat. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's a line shot to left field, sinking and making the catch in left field is Aiden Johnson. Great read on the ball, so he didn't have to slide, dive, or anything else. He was able to catch it while staying on his feet, and there's 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. And it brings up Corbin Brock, who is 0 for 2. Brock struck out looking back in the first, and a ground out in the top of the 3rd. Here's the first pitch. That was at the knees for a strike. It was only the 6th pitch of the inning from Bridger Babcock. Both these pitchers are adding on to their less than 13 pitches per inning totals. Here's the 0-1. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 0-2 here to Brock. Babcock with just that 1 strikeout, looking for his 2nd. Trying to make a quick 1-2-3 inning again here in the 6th inning. Here's the 0-2 from Babcock. Swinging a foul and just off the glove of Sun and Shine. Count remains at 0-2. Been 9 straight retired now by Bridger Babcock after the 2-out double by Elijah Shreve back in the top of the 3rd. Oh, 0-2 pitch again here from Bridger Babcock, looking for his 2nd strikeout. Just misses a little bit low, maybe a little bit inside, and the count's now 1-2. It's a tough pitch to hit, but a tougher pitch to take. But it makes it a 1-2 count here for Corbin Brock. Here's the 1-2. Taken for strike 3, and that will take care of the top of the 6th inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Bridger Babcock. 10 in a row retired. Back in a minute with the bottom of the 6th. Pierre leads it over here on 5-3. You're listening to Post-8 Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
It is the bottom of the sixth. Post 8 leads at 5-3 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. See if the A's get add on to their 2-run advantage. They've got 8, 9, and 1. Aiden Johnson, Porter Hunsley, and then Carter Shufflebine. He might reach his base, so it'll go to Sun and Shine. He had the 3-run top of the first for Huron, and then a 5-run second inning for Pierre, and we've got zeros ever since. Here's the first pitch to Aiden Johnson. That'll be missing a little bit outside for ball 1. He is 1 for 2. Singled in his first at bat in the bottom of the second. Then he popped out or lined out to the third baseman. There's a swing and a miss by Johnson. The count's now 1-1. Bridger Babcock will have 72 pitches thrown going into that 7th inning. So if he can stay with a 7-pitch inning, he would technically be available to throw against Watertown on Monday. Counts 2-1 here to Aiden Johnson. Nolan Staley, that was pitch number 58 for him. That'll miss outside. The count's 3-1 here to Aiden Johnson. Only 1 walk so far by Staley. That was a bases loaded walk to Carter Shufflebine. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 3-2. Only 1 strikeout to make that 2 strikeouts combined between Bridger Babcock and Nolan Staley, and Babcock's got both of them. He struck out Corbin Brock looking both times. Here's the payoff pitch. Oh, there'll be no pitch coming this time from Staley. Instead, he'll reset. And he looked like he nodded, then shook his head. Now he's nodding again. The 3-2 pitch. That one is fouled back. I think that might make the catcher a little nervous. I'm surprised there wasn't time called by Oakley Anderson to say, wait a second, let's get on the same page here. If I saw you nod and then I saw you shake your head, then you nod again, so I'm not sure what pitch we're actually throwing. Here's the 3-2. Ground ball on the left side. It'll be fielded by the shortstop, Shreve. His throw is going to be high, but staying on the bag at first is going to be Porish. It's a big target over at first when you stand as tall as Anderson Porish does. And Johnson is retired to lead off the top, make that the bottom of the 6th. And it brings up Porter Hunsley to the plate, who is 2 for 2, 2 singles so far. He scored in that 2nd inning. He led off the 4th with a base hit, but then was stranded over at 3rd. First pitch will miss inside for ball 1. Bridger Babcock, those 3 runs, only 1 of those were earned against Babcock in that first inning. All 5 runs were unearned against Nolan Staley in the 2nd. Here's a line shot, 3 for 3 day for Porter Hunsley here in game 1, right through the left side of the infield. And Hunsley is on with 1 out, and back to the top of the order for Carter Shufflebine, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. Because in that bottom of the 2nd, Jackson Goodman led off, reaching on an error. Then the next 2 guys were retired on 2 pitches, so they had 2 outs with the error, and then scored all 5 of their runs. So nothing was earned against Porish. And he's got a chance to work through 6 innings without an earned run, although his team will still have to score twice in the 7th to try and take him off the hook for a loss. First pitch to Shufflebine, that'll miss low for ball 1. And he drew a walk with the bases loaded and got the 8s on the scoreboard with that bases loaded walk. And then was driven in quickly by Sun and Shine with the 3 RBI triple. 1-0 pitch, that is over for a strike on the outside edge. He was accounted a ball and a strike to Shufflebine. In the top of the 7th for Huron, it'll be 8, 9, and 1 with Zach Shear, Oakley Anderson, and Trace Wentz. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball that'll be up the middle. He'll be stepping on the bag at 2nd for 1. The throw to first, and a rare time that Carter Shufflebine grounds into a double play. A 4-3 double play ends the inning. We will head to the top of the 7th. It is a 5-3 lead for Huron, for Pierre over Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones financial advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones financial advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Step up to the plate with Kathy Sunshine Properties in Pierre, your go-to for buying, selling, and finding your perfect home. Whether you're looking for a cozy cottage or a spacious family home, Kathy Sunshine Properties has you covered. We're committed to helping you make your next big move, on the field or in your life. Ready to find your dream home? Call Kathy Sunshine Properties at 605-224-5588. Your home run in real estate.
It is the top of the 7th, and it is a 5-3 lead here for Post 8 over Huron. And Bridger Babcock, with 72 pitches thrown, has a chance to try and get through 7 complete, get the 8's first win in game 1 of this doubleheader, and one of the few seniors on the team that could be playing his final home game at Hyde Stadium, and certainly has been very good to this point. He's thrown 6 innings so far, 6 hits allowed, 3 runs, 1 of them earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts on 72 pitches for Bridger Babcock. Zach Shear, Oakley Anderson, and Trace Wentz, 8, 9, and 1 in the batting order here for Huron in the top of the 7th. The 8's 3 outs away from taking game 1 of this doubleheader. Could be the hardest 3 outs of the ball game right here, though. First pitch swinging, fly ball to center field. Porter Hunsley is over there. He'll make the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out as Shear goes 0 for 3 now. And it's Oakley Anderson who is 0 for 2. Ground out to the second baseman in the second. Flew out to center in the 4th. And if Babcock can get the next 2 outs in 6 pitches or less, he'll make life even better for Coach Iverson, because he'll be another arm that's available to throw on Monday against Watertown. First pitch is over for strike 1, and I think going into this game, you're not expecting your 2 starting pitchers to be available for the Watertown doubleheader, but especially if they go all 7 innings, but there's still that opportunity. That one will miss outside. The count's 1-1. He's got to stay at 79 or less. If he goes to 80 pitches and then up, he's got 4 days of rest, which that 4th day will be Monday. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled away, and the count's now 1-2. So this will be pitch number 77. So it's becoming a little bit harder maybe to make happen. Here's the 1-2 from Babcock to Anderson. That one just misses. And the count's now 2-2. Babcock looking for his 3rd strikeout. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a line shot towards right field. Well, Eiler's going back. He's going to get over his head, and it'll get down for extra bases. Oakley Anderson on his way to second. He's going to try to go to third. Riker Edson, his throw to third on the money, and a tag out of Oakley Anderson. There's 2 down here at the top of the 7th. A great relay from Will Eilers to Riker Edson, who threw a strike to Jackson Goodman. And there's 2 down now here in the top of the 7th inning, and the 8's 1 out away from taking game 2. It's a double for Anderson, but 9-4-5. And Trace Wentz with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. And if Babcock can get him on 1 pitch, he'd be available to throw on Monday. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a fly ball to right field. Well, Eilers will back up. He will make the catch and roll 8. A 79-pitch complete game for Bridger Babcock. And the 8s take game 1 5-3 over Huron. Back in 2 minutes to wrap up game number 1. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Tons Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Tons Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Tons Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Tons Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
As we welcome you back, it is a final score in Game 1, a 5-3 win for Post State's over Huron. 79 pitches for Bridger Babcock, so he puts himself to be available on Monday against Watertown, which certainly helps. Right now, I mean, there's nobody that's unavailable to throw against Watertown on Monday in that doubleheader, and he throws 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. Only one of those were earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. The Eights were down 3-0 at the top of the first inning. It was 3 straight RBI singles for Anderson Porsche, Jeremy Hofer, Elijah Shreve. They had just 3 hits after that last hit by Elijah Shreve. One of them turned into running into an out. Zach make that Oakley Anderson had a double in the top of the 7th. He was thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple. And then also Trace Wentz was thrown out after his single in the 2nd. He was thrown out trying to steal 2nd. So only 2 guys were left on base after the first inning. And only 4 men were left on base for Huron in total. It was 3-0 until the bottom of the 2nd. A leadoff error for Jackson Goodman. Back-to-back pitches for outs 1 and 2. And then Aiden Johnson and Porter Hunsley had back-to-back infield singles. Carter Scheffelbein had a bases-loaded walk to make it 3-1. Sudden Sunshine with the biggest hit of the ball game, a 3 RBI triple. Will Eilers had an infield single to make it a 5-3 game, the 3rd infield single of the inning. And the Eights, who had 3 more hits after that, were able to find a way to get the win. And that's a big part for Bridger Babcock, who, again, allowed just 4 base runners after the top of the first inning. And only 2 of them were left on base at the end of those innings. As he goes the distance and gets the win with only 1 earned run allowed. Nolan Staley goes the distance, 67 pitches in 6 innings. He gave up 9 hits, 5 unearned runs, with all 5 of those runs coming with 2 outs and having an error to lead off the inning as well. So all runs were unearned. 1 walk, no strikeouts, and 67 pitches for Nolan Staley. As the Eights with those 9 hits, Will Eilers had 2 hits. Sunshine with a base hit trip. Linda Kugel with 2 hits. Porter Hunsley had 3 hits. He went 3 for 3. Aiden Johnson also had a base hit for the Eights. Time of the ball game was 1 hour and 23 minutes, as it was 3 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors with 4 men left on base for Huron. 5 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, 5 men left on base for Post State. And, of course, Bridger Babcock, the winning pitcher, Nolan Staley, the losing pitcher in Game 1 of our doubleheader. So Pierre now 2 games over 500 in South Dakota play. They can get to a guaranteed over 500 record with the win. But then also they can get to 500 overall in the season with the win against Huron in Game 2. It'll be the second time they're going to try to do that after they had the opportunity on Tuesday against Mitchell but did not get the job done. So A 5-3 win in Game 1 for Post State. Game 2 will be coming up here in just a little bit, and it is an opportunity for the Eights to finish out the home portion of their schedule with the big win over Huron. And again, the time of the ball game of that first one, just an hour and 23 minutes, so we'll get started in Game 2 prior to 7 o'clock here at Hyde Stadium before our second game here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. So we will step aside. We'll come back here in 3 minutes, and we'll hear from News Director Zach Nelson, his 5 o'clock news coming up in the 6 o'clock hour. Back after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Spring is the season for a fresh start, and that includes your technology. Whether you are looking to upgrade or need to breathe new life into your current device, CommTech is your one-stop solution. Experience the brilliance of LG OLED TVs, the immersive sound of Sonos and JBL, or the unmatched performance of Lenovo laptops. Buy with confidence thanks to our price match guarantee and 0% interest on selected purchases. We're your locally owned technology experts on the truck bypass. CommTech, we sell the best and fix the rest.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Birding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Birding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Birding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684. When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health and your time matter to us. Our team takes pride in providing personal, professional care, from filling your prescriptions quickly to answering your questions every step of the way. Need a little extra convenience? We offer free delivery right to your home or office. Because at Shane's Pharmacy, you're our family, friends, and neighbors, and we're honored to care for you. Shane's Pharmacy. Feel better for less and stay well with us. Call 605-223-9200 or stop by in Fort Pierre. Shane's Pharmacy. Proud to support our local high school athletes.
When your tank's running low and your stomach is growling, there's one place Pierre trusts, DJ Settings. Feel up fast, grab ice-cold drinks, selection of fresh donuts, and that perfect cup of coffee to keep you moving. Friendly faces, quick stops, and everything you need right when you need it. So next time you're on the go, make the easy stop. DJ Settings. Fueled by community, driven by you.
While much of the focus from Monday morning's severe weather has been on Highmore, significant damage also took place in eastern Hughes County. The Hughes County Commission met in emergency session Wednesday morning to approve a disaster declaration.
Started at the gray area down by the research farm.
and then moved across through the Joe Creek area and then up through southeastern Hughes County, affected some of the tribal areas down by West Bend, and then continued on into Hyde County where they took the brunt of the damage. With that, we are seeing damages to our infrastructure totaling well over $150,000 to $200,000, and it's well within the grounds for a declaration of emergency.
Emergency Management Director Nick Dooley says the declaration will help the county recover costs with help from the state disaster declaration and possible federal declaration. Dooley says some Hughes County residents remain without power.
Just one stretch of road along Joe Creek Road had over 40 poles knocked over from this, and then we had some, not the WAPA transmission lines, but some other transmission lines going through beyond just the standard REA, or the co-op poles, the larger lines. We had a couple of those break going on along a couple routes. And then we also have a lot of landowners that had damages to stuff. We lost a lot of grain bins. There's some silos that got taken down. Buildings were damaged.
Dooley says the county is doing what it can to help Owyhee Electric Cooperative restore power.
We've had one of the guys from the highway department down there with the motor grader pulling the pole trucks out as they got stuck in the ditch because of the amount of rain that went through. So we've had one guy just tied to a Owyhee Electric crews to assist them, pulling them out while they're moving down. There's at least 3 different entities helping with Owyhee Electric, working through getting stuff set up, so we're getting service back as quickly as we can to everybody where they are, and we're assisting them any way we can.
Dooley says the damage path from the straight line winds that struck Hughes and Hyde counties was 5 miles wide and 50 miles long. A disaster relief fund for victims of Monday's extreme windstorm has been activated by the Capital Area United Way. To support the relief fund, checks can be mailed to Capital Area United Way, P.O. Box 1111, Pierre, South Dakota 57501. Checks can be dropped off at the Capital Area United Way business office in the Capital City campus at 925 East Sioux Avenue. Donations can also be made online by going to capareaunitedway.org. When making either a check donation or online donation, include Highmore Disaster Relief on the donation so that those funds are directed properly to the relief effort. Meanwhile, a self-report link has been established by Hughes County residents impacted by storms to report residential and commercial damage. The deadline to report is July 10th. The link is available on the Hughes County website and with this story at kccrradio.com. Those with questions can call Emergency Manager Nick Dooley at 605-773-7486. A community meet and greet with sailors from the USS Pierre is being held tonight at the American Legion cabin in Pierre at 6 p.m. The 12 crew were guests of the Pierre City Commission this week, where Commissioning Committee Chair Mike Melhoff presented coyote pelts to Command Master Chief Eric Dirk and Commander Justin Guernsey.
So I bring these gentlemen forward first because, unfortunately, they will not be serving on the USS Pierre for much longer, and we want to recognize them for their service and everything that they've done to make the USS Pierre a success for our city and for the U.S. Navy. I will also mention, since he's leaving tomorrow, so if he gets mad at me, it's not a big deal. It was his birthday yesterday, so we celebrated Commander Guernsey's birthday, so happy birthday, Commander.
Mayor Steve Harding presented an America's 250th South Dakota flag to the men. Guernsey says Pierre, the city, has become familiar territory.
As always, it's an honor to be here. At this point now, like you said, 3 namesake visits. We start to look around and we see old friends and familiar faces, and we feel like we're coming home when we come to the city. And so we really, really appreciate the opportunity for you to have us here.
Harding hopes the community visits the sailors tonight.
I really encourage the public to stop down at the American Legion and to visit with the crew members. You'll find them very, very interesting to talk about their job on the ship and where they're from and what they like to do, and they have a lot of familiarities with Pierre in South Dakota.
Mayor-elect Todd Johnson says he continues to be impressed by the Pierre's crew.
My wife and I were able to go to Florida to see the commissioning and was so impressed with every single one of you down there. I just wish all of you the best of luck. And Pierre, right? On the move?
On the hunt.
There you go.
While in Pierre, the crew will take part in a pontoon flotilla, visit and autograph inside the state capitol dome, tour the city's water treatment plant, and take part in Fort Pierre's 4th of July parade. The public meet and greet is tonight at 6 p.m. at the American Legion Cabin in Pierre. A Rapid City man has been sentenced for assaulting tribal police on the Cheyenne River Indian Reservation. U.S. Attorney Ron Parsons says 41-year-old Brian Bearheels was sentenced by Judge Eric Schulte to 5 years and 5 months in federal custody, with 3 years of supervised release or probation to follow the prison term. Bearheels was indicted on a charge of assaulting, resisting, and impeding a federal officer in August of 2025. He pleaded guilty on March 11th of this year. Parsons says Bearheels was fleeing from tribal law enforcement on April 15th of last year when he intentionally hit 3 separate tribal police vehicles multiple times, causing significant damage to those vehicles. Parsons didn't say if any of the officers were injured during the pursuit. Bearheels was taken by the U.S. Marshals Service to begin serving his sentence. And dozens gathered at the South Dakota Cultural Heritage Center in Pierre Wednesday to hold a ribbon cutting for the reimagined State Museum. Lieutenant Governor Tony Venhuizen says the state wanted to freshen up the museum for the first time since its construction 3 decades ago.
The state of South Dakota put in the money to do some fixes to this building, some structural fixes. You know, this building is unusual and it's built into a hill and presents some strange challenges. But those fixes were made, and in addition to that, private fundraising was begun to restore the museum and really start over and build an entirely new museum display within the original walls. So that is what we are celebrating the opening of today.
State Historical Society Foundation Chair Carly Winter of Aberdeen says the improvement set the goal of preservation into the future.
Every generation has a responsibility to care for South Dakota's history and pass it on to the next. Today, we are carrying that responsibility forward. The museum that welcomed visitors more than 35 years ago has been transformed into a state-of-the-art experience that will reach students, families, researchers, and visitors from across the nation. It will continue to serve as an educational resource, a source of community pride, and an economic driver for Pierre and Central South Dakota.
Governor Larry Roden cut the ribbon and says South Dakota's people are just one part of why documenting its history and stories is so important.
And I also believe in my heart that it's our culture, our heritage. And, you know, part of that is the people who were here before us, our Native American population, but also the pioneers and the homesteaders became the fabric of South Dakota. It only emphasizes the importance of facilities like this so that we can continue to pass on that knowledge, that understanding to the next generation of South Dakotans.
The ribbon cutting was also the campaign kickoff to support ongoing renovations at the complex. With your Riverfront Broadcasting News, I'm News Director Zach Nelson reporting. News anytime online at kccrradio.com.
For years, you have trusted Larry Fry Heating and Cooling to keep your home comfortable, no matter the season. Now that same commitment to quality service and expert care has a new name. Introducing Kruger Climate Systems. We're familiar faces, the reliable technicians, and the same dedication you've always known, now under a new banner. From essential repairs and routine maintenance to brand new installations, we're here to ensure your home's perfect temperature. Kruger Climate Systems, your trusted partner for a comfortable home. Call us today for all your heating and cooling needs.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP. 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
Has life left a dent in your ride? Or maybe you're dreaming of a fresh start for your classic? At Hunsley Auto Body and Sandblasting, we bring vehicles back to life. Located right here in Fort Pierre with over 25 years experience, we specialize in expert auto body repair, from minor dings to major collision work. Got a boat or RV with fiberglass damage? We handle that too. And for projects needing a complete refresh, our professional sandblasting service preps anything ready for a perfect finish. For quality work you can trust, Hunsley Auto Body and Sandblasting, 605-280-4451, 310 West Highway 1434 in Fort Pierre.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
At Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, we salute the service and sacrifice of our members. To show our appreciation for veterans, active duty military, and first responders, we're proud to introduce the We Salute Service and Sacrifice Loan Program, granting a special rate reduction on eligible consumer loans. Valid offer on new secure loans only. Internal refinances and unsecured loans do not qualify. Veterans, active duty military, and first responders, contact our loan team for more details. All deposits are insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. At Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, we're big on you.
Wagner Auto in Pierre has been hitting home runs for over 100 years, delivering quality vehicles and top-notch service to our community. Whether you need a rugged truck, a dependable SUV, or a fuel-efficient car, we've got the perfect lineup to keep you on the road. Proud sponsor of this season's baseball action, we're here to help you drive home a great deal. Stop by today or visit WagnerAuto.com. Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer.
When the South Dakota wind howls and the rain pours, is your home ready? Introducing Pierre Roofing and Gutters, the newest name serving Pierre, Fort Pierre, and surrounding communities. Owned by Karsten Erickson, the same expert you've trusted for years at Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, we're expanding to keep our community covered. From full replacement to seamless gutter installs, Karsten and his team deliver. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Pierre Roofing and Gutters today for a free estimate. 605-280-8080. Pierre Roofing and Gutters. Built strong. Built local.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set for Game 2 of our doubleheader between Pierre and Huron as the Eights were able to get a 5-3 win. I just realized, too, they did not have 0 hits in that game. They did not get no hit in the 5-3 win, as the scoreboard shows on our on KCCR Sports on YouTube. They had 9 hits in that game, so they're a quick look at it. It was 5 runs on 9 hits and only 1 error. It was not a no-hit win for Post State, but we are closing in on the start of Game 2. Actually, Post State will be getting out on the field here in just a moment, so we'll go through the starting lineups, and we are going to be set for Game 2 here rather quickly. This will be one of the quickest that we're going to get second game rolling. Trace Wentz, the DH, will lead us off for Huron. Chase Schuhart, the left fielder, is batting second. Elijah Shreve, the shortstop, will bat third. Anderson Porsche is the first baseman in the cleanup spot. Jeremy Hofer will bat fifth. He's the second baseman. Parker Bischoff, the catcher, batting sixth. Corbin Brock will bat seventh. He's the third baseman. Zach Shearer, the right fielder, batting eighth. And Oakley Anderson, the center fielder, batting ninth, with Tommy Martin being the pitcher for Huron Post 7. For Pierre Post State, Carter Shufflebein will lead us off. He's the shortstop. Hudson Stosher, the second baseman, will bat second. Sunshine, the catcher, batting third. Will Eilers, the right fielder, batting fourth. Trip Linda Kugel, the third baseman, batting fifth. It'll be Jackson Goodman, the left fielder, batting sixth. Bridger Babcock, the first baseman, batting seventh. Hudson Schaefer is on the mound. He will bat eighth. And Porter Hunsley, the center fielder, will bat ninth for Post State as they are taking the field right now. Let's go through the line for Hudson Schaefer. Has thrown 22 innings. This will be his fifth start and sixth appearance overall. He's got a 3-1 record, 12 hits, 14 runs, 12 of them earned, 17 walks, 21 strikeouts. The ERA at 3.82, the whip at 1.32, the batting average against at 152 for Schaefer. He had a 5-inning no-hitter against Spearfish a couple of weeks ago, a couple Fridays ago when the Aids were able to get that 10-run rule win, winning at 10-0 in Game 2. He ended up with that 5-inning no-hitter. He allowed, he had 2 walks in the game, both coming in the 4th inning. And he also had an error that was not his error, but an error that allowed another base runner to get on. So he was 3 over the minimum of trying to get through near perfect game of 5 innings. So for Hudson Schaefer, he will make his final starts on the mound, a potential final start on the mound. And there's that opportunity of hosting a playoff game, and never know if Schaefer will be one of those guys that will pitch in the playoffs or not. But for sure, he is going to be at least making one more start here at Hyde Stadium before his career comes to an end for post-state baseball, being one of those seniors. Bridger Babcock, the other senior, got the start. He got the win, giving up 1 run, earned run, 3 runs overall in his starts against this Huron post-7 team. So Hudson Schaefer's warm-up tosses have come to an end. He's ready to go. We're ready to go for Game 2 of our doubleheader. We're going to be starting 26 minutes after Game 1 comes to an end. We're going to start short of 7 o'clock for Game 2. And for the final time of the regular season, our first pitch to get us started in our second game will be just low for ball 1 at 6:48. Hudson Schaefer against Trace Wentz to lead us off here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. 1-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball to the shortstop, Schuffelbein. He will field to his left. His throw is in time, and the leadoff man is gone. Here to start the ball game. Left to right around the field here for Post State. Jackson Goodman in left, Porter Hunsley in center, Will Eilers in right. Trip Lindenkugel's at third. Carter Schuffelbein at short, Hudson Stosher at second. Bridger Babcock at first, and Sun and Shine behind the plate. With Hudson Schaefer on the mound. As Chase Schuhart, the left fielder, will dig in. Here's the first pitch. That's right down the middle for strike 1. Good velocity from Hudson Schaefer to get us started here in our second game. Schuhart in game number 1, he went 1 for 3, had the game's first hits in that top of the first inning, then went 0 for 2 from there out. That'll miss low, and the count's even at a ball and a strike. So right now, every pitcher will be available coming up on Monday against Watertown, with Bridger Babcock only throwing 79 pitches. That one's at the top of the zone. The count's now 1-2 here to Chase Schuhart. And if Schaefer is able to stay under 80, and anybody else that would pitch in the game, anybody that stays under 80, they'll be available to throw on Monday. 1-2 pitch will just miss outside. The count's 2-2 now here to Chase Schuhart. The Eights will be off for the 4th of July weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but then they would get right back to work on Monday against the Watertown post-17. Here's a 2-2 that's popped up on the right side. Coming in is the right fielder, Will Eilers, to make the catch. There's 2 down. And it brings up Elijah Shreve to the plate. So Shreve, he had 2 hits of the 7 in the ball game for post-7. Singled home a run in the first, doubled in the third. Went 2 for 3 in game number 1. As he hit in that number 6 spot in game 1, now he's hitting number 3 here in game 2. First pitch swinging, and he'll cut on and miss for strike 1. Hudson Schaefer, his first pitch strike percentage at 55%. Still has more strikeouts than walks. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's on the hands and fouled away, somehow fouled away back to the screen. The count's 0-2. And so Schaefer now looking for a strikeout, although he doesn't like that baseball, so he'll get a new baseball coming from home plate umpire. He looks at it and put it back in the pocket, so Schaefer may not like it, but the home plate umpire is okay with it. And so now here's the 0-2 from Schaefer to Elijah Shreve. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. That's a better baseball anyway. Strikeout for Schaefer. 1-2-3 inning here at the top of the first. Eights are coming to the plates with no score between Pierre and Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732. As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the first, and no score between Pierre and Huron, as it is going to be Carter Shufflebein, Hudson Stosher, Sutton Sunshine, followed by Will Eilers, Tripp Lindenkugel, and Jackson Goodman. Then Bridger Babcock, Hudson Schaefer, and Porter Hunsley. They go against Tommy Martin here in Game 2 of our doubleheader between Pierre and Huron. As we look across the board defensively here, we'll go around the horn defensively as our first man is coming in the plate. It is going to be Chase Schuhart in left, Oakley Anderson in center, Zach Shear in right. It is Corbin Brock at third, Elijah Shreve at short, Jeremy Hofer at second, Anderson Porish at first. As the first pitch is over for strike one, Parker Bischoff behind the plate. And Tommy Martin gets ahead of Carter Shufflebein, who is trying to break out of a 0 for 12 slump right now. That'll bounce in, and the count's now 1-1. The last hit that he had was the home run here at Hyatt Stadium. Since then, he has only drawn one walk. It was a 2-run homer against Aberdeen. Here's a ground ball on the left side. That'll get past the shortstop Shreve. It'll be a leadoff error. So still no hit for Shufflebein, but he does see the ball get through for him to reach base. And there is a runner on with nobody out here in the bottom of the first, and it brings up Hudson Stosher to the plate. Stosher will get his first chance to swing the bat after not playing in Game 1. He is coming in hitting .296, 3 doubles, 3 triples, 18 runs driven in, which is now third on the team after a 3 RBI performance by Sunshine, and then Shufflebein getting a base hit. Here's a fly ball to left field. That will hook its way foul. Didn't have the home run distance. Certainly looked like he was about to have a home run distance, but it will land foul for strike one. And waste no time to try and jump on the first pitch from Tommy Martin in his first at bat today. Martin will come set from the stretch as he checks the runner over at first. Now he'll come set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's a curveball that will drop in for a strike, and the count's 0-2. For Tommy Martin, he's thrown 19 innings so far. This will be his 5th start and 6th appearance overall. 0-3 record, 42 hits, 44 runs. 38 of those, 36 have been earned against Martin. 21 walks, 7 strikeouts. That ERA is inflated at 13. As the 0-2 pitch, there's a swing and a miss. Stosher's going to be out. The throw will go to first. Didn't matter if the throw was in there in time or not. Shufflebein gets second. It's only a dangerous throw to throw to first. But there is one down. But the wild pitch will help get Carter Shufflebein to second with one away. And it brings up Sutton Sunshine to the plate. Again, ERA at 13.26 for Martin, a 3.32 whip. First pitch will miss for ball one. Batting average against that .438 against Martin. So the Eights want to try and take advantage of a guy that gives up a lot of hits while he's on the mound. That'll be a wild pitch. That will get Shufflebein over to third. Counts 2-0 now here to Sunshine, and he's got an RBI opportunity sitting just 90 feet away here with one away in the top. Make that the bottom of the first. Eights trailed 3-0 in the top of the first in game one. Didn't score those 5 runs until the bottom of the second. Now have a chance to jump out first here in game two. That one's fouled away. That counts 2-1 here to Sun and Shine. He had the 3 RBI triple that gave the Eights a 4-3 lead. He went 1 for 3 overall, though, in game number one. Here's a 2-1. There's a fly ball. That will be on the infield. The second baseman who will drop. He makes the catch. The second baseman, Hofer, unbelievably makes the catch. For the second out in Shufflebind, he couldn't tag on it because as soon as he saw him fall, he started to go off the bag. And then by the time that he realized the catch was made, he had to get back to third. So he may have been able to score with the speed that he has, but it's hard to say that he should have because Hofer backed up, he fell down, and as he fell to the ground, laying on his back, the ball went right into his glove for the second out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is, you've seen some unreal ways to make a catch. I don't know if I've ever seen that in person. Here's the 1-1. And Will Eiler's out towards left center field, but Oakley Anderson will get underneath it, and the Eights will fail to cash in on the leadoff air. It is no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base after an unbelievable catch by the second baseman, Hofer. We head to the top of the second. No score between Pierre and Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Your mornings shouldn't start in chaos. At Pierre Closets, we create custom closets, laundry rooms, mudrooms, and more designed to change how your day starts, lowering stress, lifting your mood, and helping you get out the door on time. Manufactured locally in Pierre, our solutions are built around how you live. Reclaim your time by reclaiming your space. Call Pierre Closets at 605-223-5855 for a free in-home design consultation. Pierre Closets, organized for life.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the second, and it is no score between Pierre and Huron. American Family Insurance, Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard, 4, 5, and 6. Anderson Porish, Jeremy Hofer, and Parker Bischoff. The first 3 hitters here in the game, in the top of the second here in game two. Jeremy Hofer will get the bat second, and that's a one that he would like to probably go back and clip from KCCR Sports on YouTube and show it to all of his buddies 20 years from now. Say, look at the catch that I made out at second. It's nearly embarrassing at first, and then it turns into one of the coolest catches that you'll probably ever see on a baseball field. Is that pitch misses outside for ball 1, and then in the era of the Savannah Bananas, you're also saying, well, I was trying to. You tell them 20 years from now there's a Bananas scout here, and I was trying to make a cool play to try and play for the Bananas in college or after college. As that one will miss low and the count's 2-0. That certainly was a Savannah Banana type catch. As the count's 2-0 here to Anderson Porish. 2-0. Swing and a miss, and the count's 2-1. Porish went 1 for 3. He had an RBI single that gave Huron a 1-0 lead in the top of the first in game one. Then he grounded out to the second baseman and also flew out to center. 2-1 pitch. That one's fouled out of play, and the count's now 2-2. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. It is 7 o'clock on this Thursday evening. Cindy Carlson back in the studios. John Wickler with you on this Thursday night to bring you into the weekend. Hopefully you've got at least a 3-day weekend. If not, maybe you've had a 4-day weekend that started already. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Porish climbs the ladder. He'll line it into center field for the first hits of the ball game from either side. And the leadoff man on base here in the top of the second to bring up Jeremy Hofer, the second baseman. By the way, speaking of the 4th of July weekend, right around 10 o'clock on Saturday, we got the parade coverage on KCCR and also on Facebook Live. I will be at the beginning, not even near the beginning. I'll be at the beginning of the parade to bring parade coverage for you. Not in the parade, but being a spectator commentating on the parade. 0-1 count here to Jeremy Hofer. Schaefer with a pickoff attempt, and back in standing up is Porish over at first. And a big thanks to Gary Johnson and AGE allowing us to use the flatbed to be able to see well, and nobody will be in our way. We won't be able to try to tell anybody to get out of our way or anything like that. Everything will be good because we'll be above where everybody will be sitting at. So it's a perfect spot and a big help from AGE and Gary Johnson to make that possible. Counts 1-1 here to Jeremy Hofer. Hudson Schaefer from the stretch. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. The pitch is in the dirt, and it went off. I believe it went off the bat of Jeremy Hofer as he swung around, but it makes it a 1-2 count. The runner does take second, and Porish. And so, with a runner on at second, nobody out here in the top of the second. Hofer's trying to make this a 1-0 lead. He had an RBI single in the top of the first in game 1. He went 1 for 2. He also drew a walk. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one will be taken for strike 3, and the second strikeout now for Hudson Schaefer. 1 down here in the top of the second. And it brings up Parker Bischoff, the catcher. Just about to say that Hofer was the only guy to draw a walk from Bridger Babcock in that first game. Parker Bischoff, he's hitting .292. First chance for him to swing the bat, did not play in game 1. All of his hits have been singles, but he has driven in 7 runs so far. And he's got an RBI opportunity right now. The first pitch will be upstairs for ball 1 to Parker Bischoff. The 1-0 from Schaefer. That'll miss inside. That counts 2-0 to Bischoff. Corbin Brock, the third baseman, is waiting on deck here for Huron. Here's a 2-0 from Schaefer. He'll deliver home, and a ground ball right back to him. He will turn and throw to third. Now they've got a run down. Lindekugel running him back to second. The throw to second. They've got Porsche tagged out for the second out. Schaefer looked to first at the beginning, but Lindekugel must have been yelling for Schaefer, and he turned, threw it to third, and a great job, no pickle needed for that play. A lot of times you end up making way too many throws, and the idea is one throw back to the base they were coming from to get the out, and that's exactly what Lindekugel did. Got him all the way back, close enough to make the throw back to second. The tag applied. There's now 2 down and only a runner on at first. And it goes down 1-5, I believe, might have been 6, as Shufflebein was the one that made the tag. But there's still 2 away, and a runner on at first and 2 down. Corbin Brock, the third baseman, first pitch swinging, no swing and miss for strike 1. He went 0 for 3, struck out twice. He was the strikeout victims for Bridger Babcock, who finished with 1 walk and 2 strikeouts in that 7-inning complete game win. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one just misses a bit inside. And the count's 1-1 here to Corbin Brock, the third baseman. Had a courtesy runner for Bischoff, didn't catch the number. But he's running over at first. 1-1 pitch. That's a line shot that'll be into right field for a base hit. And it's now first and second with 2 down. That is the second hit of the inning. It is Huber that's running for Bischoff. Now Zach Shear. So first and second. Tice Huber running at now at second in place of Parker Bischoff. Zach Shear, the right fielder. First pitch to him. He'll pop that one foul. That would be right over the top of us, out of play. First strike one. Shear in game number one, he ended up going 0 for 3. Flew out to center twice and also ground out to the shortstop. He'll pop this one up on the right side. Long run for Will Eilers coming towards the right field line. Right at the line, he'll make the catch, and that will end the inning here in the top of the second. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. No score between Pierre and Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When the South Dakota sun is beating down, your home should be your sanctuary. But a broken air conditioner can turn your living room into a hot oven fast. Whether you need quick repair or a full system replacement, AirTech Heating and Cooling is on the job. Our licensed technicians are available 24/7 for those unexpected emergencies. We pride ourselves on 100% customer satisfaction and quality service you can trust. Call 605-945-0160. AirTech Heating and Cooling, locally owned and keeping the Pierre area comfortable for over 20 years.
When life throws you a curveball, May Adam Law Firm in Pierre is here to help you knock it out of the park. For over 130 years, we've been providing trusted legal expertise in business, family law, criminal defense, and more. Proud sponsors of this season's baseball action, we're committed to serving our community, both on and off the field. Need legal advice? Step up to the plate with May Adam Law Firm. Visit mayadam.net or call today. May Adam, South Dakota's law firm since 1881.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the second. No score between Pierre and Huron on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. It is going to be a trip Linda Kugel, Jackson Goodman, and Bridger Babcock. Anybody reaches base, Hudson Schaefer. 5, 6, and 7 here for Post 8 in this bottom of the second. Linda Kugel in game number 1 went 2 for 3. Coming back off the injury, he was able to get 2 hits. Again, he has dealt with an injury at the beginning of the season, able to come back, still dealing with that injury a little bit, maybe feeling more closer to 100%. I'm not sure he's at 100% right now, but feeling more closer to 100% than he probably has been throughout this entire summer. And certainly hit the ball hard a couple times in game number 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch to him. He'll hit that one hard out towards center field. That'll get over the head of the center fielder, Anderson, who will get all the way back to the wall and will bounce off of his glove. Linda Kugel's over at second. It's been a hard time picking it up for Anderson. He's going to make his way to third. Will be trip Linda Kugel. Be the first hit of the ball game for the Eights. It's at least a double. Anderson got turned around a couple times trying to get out there, and that was a long run all the way to deep center just shy of the track. But it will be a double for Linda Kugel for sure, but he's over at third to start this bottom of the second inning, and Jackson Goodman's got a chance to drive in the game's first run. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1. That ground ball will be over to the shortstop. It'll be fielded by Shreve. His throw to first is going to be in time. And there is one down. It will be a double and an error, as Anderson had a hard time picking the ball up out in center. And so now Bridger Babcock to the plate with the runner on at third and 1 out. Again, you're not going to see Linda Kugel probably push a lot. He's not the fastest guy on the field throughout the rest of this summer. And a guy that's going to go to high school for the first time this fall, as there's a line shot that'll be caught by the second baseman, Jeremy Hofer. Made that one a routine line out catch, and there's now 2 down, and brings up Hudson Schaefer to the plate, who can help himself out. But until he's really 100%, as much as you love to see him score right there, but with only being nobody out at the time, you feel like you're going to be able to drive him in, not try and force his way to score at that point, as that first pitch is missing for ball 1. And if you don't go right away on a ground ball like that, you can't go after that, because then you're going to put yourself in a much more easier spot to be thrown out trying to score, as that one is upstairs and it counts 2-0. Here to Hudson Schaefer. He's hitting just 87 right now. He's got a double and 1 run driven in, but a chance to get his third hit and drive in his second run of the season. That one will miss, and the count's 3-0 here to Schaefer. Porter Hunsley, the center fielder, waiting on deck. 3-0 pitch. He'll take it all the way for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to make it first and third with 2 away. And it's now Porter Hunsley to the plate. Went 3 for 3 in game number 1. Singled in the 2nd, 4th, and 6th inning. And he's got a chance to give the Eights the lead. Here's the first pitch. Hunsley with a ground ball to the second baseman, Hofer, who will make the play at second. His throw to first is going to be in time, and that will take care of the inning. Leadoff double does not come in to score. No runs, 1 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the third. No score between Pierre and Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota and Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward. It is the top of the third. It is a scoreless game between Pierre and Huron in our final home game of the regular season. It'll be 9-1-2, Oakley Anderson, Trace Wentz, and Chase Schuhart for Huron, post 7. Eights are not guaranteed to be here at home. They've got still work in front of them. Right now, they've got to go and get this win, and then even if, no matter how things shake out the rest of the weekend, and I don't think there's a lot of games after today with the 4th of July on Saturday, but by the time that Pierre is done playing Watertown on Monday, that one will miss low for ball 1. There's a lot of games left to go before the end of the season for all these other teams, because there's still another 11 days in the regular season. Now, some of them will go the Gopher Classic, some of them won't play a whole lot of games, but there's a couple teams that have backloaded their schedule where Pierre, they've got the most games played of anybody in South Dakota games, but they're going to be done with their South Dakota play after Monday, where they're going to be the first ones completely done. So they're going to have to see how everything else shakes out, and they might need help. Maybe they don't need any help, as that one will miss high, and that counts 2-1. But when we get to Tuesday morning, or at least Tuesday afternoon, when all things are updated, and Pierre is sitting where they're going to be at, I guess they still could change seed points if teams go up or down the threshold. That one will be fouled away, and the count's 2-2 here to Oakley Anderson. But if they're able to, they might add another 3 to probably 6 points, or drop 6 points because of teams jumping up or dropping below a threshold. They're going to be pretty much set, just where everybody else will be. 2-2 pitch. Anderson was looking to swing, but thought about it too late. He'll take it for strike 3. And the first out, second to make that third strikeout for Hudson Schaefer. 1 down here at the top of the third. And it brings up Trace Wentz, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop Shufflebind in his first at bat. But it also brings for Pierre next week, Friday and Saturday, the Gopher Class we talked about on Tuesday. There's more of a, again, not the will or the that you're trying to more than any other tournament, but there's just a better ability to go win the Gopher Classic, because you're not worried about saving pitchers and pitch counts for South Dakota games after the Gopher Classic is done. you're not forcing one guy to throw in this day and throw this many pitches. He can throw all the way up to 105 if he's pitching well enough. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That will miss low, and the count's 2-1. And there's no, backlogging any pitchers or trying to set any. You can just go Friday and play Saturday. Play Friday, play Saturday. There's no South Dakota games at the time in your pool. As this pitch will be popped up, Bridger Babcock, a long run. He will run out of room, and it will land foul to play. And the count goes to now 2-2. And it's 2-2 count here to Trace Wentz. With one out here in the top of the third inning. 2-2. Swinging a foul back. But it just gives Post State more so than any other year since 2020 to say that we want to go win this tournament and we don't have to worry about anything else afterwards. The wins that will come in the Gopher Classic, or losses that would come in the Gopher Classic. This one is bounced off the glove. It'll be bobbled by Hudson Stosher as he got to it after it was slowed down by the glove of Hudson Schaefer. It'll be interesting how they score that one. And it brings up now Chase Schuhart. They will call it an infield single for Trace Wentz. If Hudson Schaefer doesn't get a glove on it, and obviously it's not going to be an error on Schaefer, and it's hard to then to say that it's going to be an error on Stosher because it was slowed down. It was still going to be a close play had Stosher fielded it and exchanged it from the glove to the hand quickly. Here's the first pitch that will bounce in. That's going to get to the backstop, though, and it'll be a wild pitch. That'll move the runner to second. And so Schuhart's now got a chance to give Huron the lead here in the top of the third. One-0 count here to Schuhart. That's over for a strike, and the count is now 1-1. Flew out to the right fielder in his first at-bat. 0 for 1 in this game, 1 for 4 overall today. Pickoff attempt, and not much of a threat on the throw from Schaefer to Stosher. And so now Schuhart digs back in, and the 1-1 pitch from Hudson Schaefer. It'll come in. It'll bounce in. Good block there by Sonnenschein, and bounced up maybe a little bit too quick, but it bounced right into his stomach, and the count's now 2-1. Big opportunity here with one out in the top of the third for Huron. 2-1 pitch. That one, good pitch, but just missed low, and the count's 3-1. Now here to the number 2 hitter with Elijah Shreve, the shortstop, waiting on deck. (3-1) from Schaefer. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now full at 3-2. A payoff pitch coming here from Schaefer to Schuhart. 3-2 pitch on its way. That one's fouled away to the right side. And so another payoff pitch upcoming. Here's the 3-2. That one taken for ball 4, and it will be a one-out walk. First walk issued by Schaefer here, and it's first and second. That does set the double play back up here for the Eights. And Elijah Shreve, the shortstop who struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Again, got a chance to give Huron their first lead in this ball game. First pitch, he'll climb the ladder, swing and miss for strike 1. Schaefer looking to induce a ground ball. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 0-2. Also go get your fourth strikeout. 0-2 pitch here from Schaefer to Elijah Shreve. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. 3-pitch strikeout, 2 down. And it's now Anderson Porish. He singled to lead off the second. He was thrown out between second and third on the fielder's choice of Parker Bischoff. He's got 2 hits today. He is 2 for 4 overall. But hitting with a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs in this third inning. Ground ball to the right side. Hudson Stosher, he'll bobble, he'll field. His throw to first will be in time, and that will take care of the top of the third inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. No score between Pierre and Huron as we go to the bottom of the third. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the third. No score between Pierre and Huron. Top of the order for the Eights. Carter Shufflebein, Hudson Stosher, and Sutton Sun and Shine. He might reach his base, so go to Will Eilers. No score between these two teams. Only 1 hit so far. That was the leadoff double by Tripp Lindekugel. 3 hits right now for Huron post 7. Anderson Porish and Corbin Brock had a hit in the second. Then a 1-out single for Trace Wentz. But Hudson Schaefer is able to work around those 3 hits in that second and third inning. Here's the first pitch from Tommy Martin. That's over for strike 1. Martin, who has got a batting average against of .438, has worked well so far through the first 9 guys in the batting order. Leadoff air to Shufflebein in the bottom of the first inning, and then the double by Lindekugel to lead off the second, and a walk to Schaefer. And the only 3 base runners. Counts 1-1 here to Carter Shufflebein. Martin will come set from the stretch. He'll deliver the 1-1 pitch. That'll be upstairs, and the count's 2-1. And Shufflebein trying to break out of the small slump that he's in. 0 for his last 13 now. Only 1 walk in those 13 at-bats. Here's a base hit for Shufflebein. That's a good way to break out of it. Single into center field. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. And Post State has the leadoff man on base for the 3rd straight inning. Now let's see if they can cash in. And so we'll see if there's small ball played as well for Coach River Iverson. Stosher 0 for 1. He struck out swinging his first at-bat. Stosher is showing bunt. Now he'll pull back, and that first pitch is outside for ball 1. Shufflebein leads away from first. Martin will come set from the stretch. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss inside, and the count's 2-0. Here's a 2-0 from Martin. Shufflebein takes off. Pitch is taken for a strike, and Shufflebein will steal that easily. He is now on at second. 2-1 count to Stosher. Shufflebein, that's only his 6th stolen base of the season. He had nearly 30 during the high school season, but he hasn't found his way on base with an empty base at second for quite a lot of the season. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball on the left side. That will get through for a base hit. Schuffelbein will round third. He will come in to score. The throw comes all the way home, so Stoscher will take second. It's an RBI single, and the Yates take a 1-0 lead. Hudson Stoscher's 19th RBI of the season, and the Yates lead at 1-0. And they end up trading spots on top of it all. And again, it's an RBI single, and then Stoscher takes second on the throw. And so now Sutton Sun and Shine at the plates here with nobody out in the bottom of the third inning. By the way, severe weather coverage will be starting on Capital City Rock 104.5. Zebach in another severe thunderstorm warning, so Zach Nelson will have that over on Capital City Rock and on Facebook. This will be popped up on the infield. Second baseman in Hofer will call for it. He'll make the catch. And there's now one down. That was a lot easier to retire Sun and Shine that time than the first time he made that play when he fell back on his back and laying on the ground made the catch. Will Eilers 0 for 1. He flew out to center in his first at-bat. He'll ground this one to the third baseman. Skips off the glove right to the shortstop. The throw to first. It is not going to be in time. Nearly was a 5-6-3 putout because it skipped right to the shortstop off the glove of the third baseman, Brock, and Shreve just couldn't quite get it there in time. And it ends up being a runner on at first and second now. And Trip Lindekugel to the plate. They will call it an infield single for Will Eilers on Game Changer. Here's the first pitch to Lindekugel. That'll miss low and away for ball one. Lindekugel doubled to lead off the bottom of the second. The Yates are trying to break through here in this third inning. They lead at 1-0 right now. Here's a line shot to left field. That's going to get down. It's going to one-hop off the wall. One run will come in to score. Eilers will make his way to third. It's an RBI double for Trip Lindekugel. And the Yates lead at 2-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Fourth hit today for Trip Lindekugel. I think he's feeling better. And the Yates with runners at second and third still looking to do some damage. RBI as well for Lindekugel, his fourth of the season. First pitch will miss for ball one. Lindekugel now 4 for 5 today, 2 for 3 in game one. He's 2 for 2 here in this ball game. 1-0 pitch. That is upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. Goodman grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. Here's a ground ball to the second baseman who will field Hofer. His throw to first is going to get Goodman, but he does get the RBI ground outs to make it a 3-0 game. Lindekugel ends up at third as well, so it's now a runner on at third with 2 outs. An RBI for Goodman, his first today. And now he picks up RBI number 7. And Bridger Babcock to the plate with 2 outs. First pitch swinging here, and that'll be popped foul to play on the left side for strike one. So a 3-0 lead here for the Yates. They've scored 3 runs in this bottom of the third inning. RBI for Stoscher, Lindekugel, and Goodman. Here's a ground ball to the right side. Hofer will field that one. He'll make all 3 outs in the inning. But 3 runs do score for Pierre Post State as they get 4 hits in the inning. No errors and a man left on base. We head to the top of the fourth. It is a 3-0 lead for Pierre over Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Step up to the plate with Kathy Sunshine Properties in Pierre, your go-to for buying, selling, and finding your perfect home. Whether you're looking for a cozy cottage or a spacious family home, Kathy Sunshine Properties has you covered. We're committed to helping you make your next big move, on the field or in your life. Ready to find your dream home? Call Kathy Sunshine Properties at 605-224-5588. Your home run in real estate.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It is the top of the fourth, and Hudson Schaefer will be throwing pitch number 50 to start us off in this fourth inning. By the way, on top of it all, it'll be Tommy Martin at 41 pitches through 3 innings. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Jeremy Hofer, Parker Bischoff, and Corbin Brock. Jeremy Hofer has been very busy at second. He has made a total of, there'll be 6 plays of the 9 outs that have been recorded. He's made 6 of those 9 outs over at second, whether it be on the fly or in a ground ball. First pitch is over for strike 1. Here to Jeremy Hofer, who struck out looking in his first trip. He's 0 for 1. Here's the 0-1. That's down the middle for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2 here to Jeremy Hofer. Schaefer looking for strikeout number 5. 0-2 pitch, ground ball to the shortstop, Scheffelbein right to him. He'll field, he'll throw, and that will be the first out here in the top of the fourth inning. And we'll bring up Parker Bischoff, the catcher. Got into a fielder's choice in his first trip up. Four strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits allowed for Hudson Schaefer, a 3 1/3 innings pitch. And pitch number 53 will come up here in just a moment from Hudson Schaefer. The Yates get that 3-run lead, their largest lead today. They led 5-3 after they trailed 3-0. That pitch is upstairs for ball 1 to Parker Bischoff. With nobody on and 1 out here in the top of the fourth. 1-0 pitch. That one's flown to right field. That will get out of play. And the count's now 1-1. A look at scores here shortly. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop again for Scheffelbein. He will field, and there's now 2 down. And it brings up Corbin Brock, who is 1 for 1. He singled back at the top of the second. And Spain beat Austria 3-0 in the World Cup in the round of 32. Portugal and Croatia are tied 1-1 right now in the 74th minute. And Switzerland and Algeria will start at 10 o'clock tonight in their game. The United States will play Belgium on Monday at 7 o'clock. Here's the first pitch. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. And everybody on social media is loving it because it's going to be Monday Night Football instead of Monday Night Football. And so that they feel like that's a very good spot for the United States to be playing on a Monday night in the game of football on Monday night. That one will miss for a ball, and the count's 1-1. We'll keep you updated as the night goes on Monday up in Watertown. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This will be popped up on the foul territory right side. Bridger Babcock will make the catch, and that was a 1-2-3 inning for Hudson Schaefer. Here in the top of the fourth, we head to the bottom of the fourth. 3-0 lead for Pierre over Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
It is the bottom of the fourth. 3-0 lead for Pierre over Huron. Post 7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. It is 8-9-1. Hudson Schaefer, Porter Hunsley, and Carter Shufflebine. Anybody reaches base, it'll go to Hudson Stosher. Tommy Martin has thrown 41 pitches through 3 innings. And Schaefer, who will step to the plate first, he's got 4 complete, allowing just 3 hits in those 4 innings. He's got 4 strikeouts as well through the first 4. Schaefer drew a walk, 4-pitch walk. As he'll dig in for the first pitch, and he'll swing at the first pitch and sky this one out of play on the left side. That had about home run distance for Hudson Schaefer, but it landed foul out of play. And so the count is now at 0-1. So Schaefer will wait on this 0-1 pitch, and Martin will deliver. Schaefer swings and misses, and the count's now 0-2. He liked what he saw with that 0-1, that first pitch foul ball, and he was amped up to swing at another one. Now he's down the count 0-2. And that pitch will miss outside. Good take there by Schaefer. Makes it a 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That will bounce in. The count's now 2-2. Schaefer looking for his 3rd hit of the season. Does have a double of his 2 hits so far. Here's the 2-2. He'll pop this one foul. That'll get out of play. And so another 2-2 pitch upcoming here from Tommy Martin to Hudson Schaefer. Two. That is outside. Now a full count pitch. Here to the leadoff man in this bottom of the 3rd. 3-2 miss for ball 4, and Schaefer has drawn his 2nd walk. And it's now going to be Porter Hunsley, the center fielder. And so now Hunsley, who is 0 for 1, went 3 for 3 in game 1, trying to get his 4th hit today. First pitch to him, that'll miss inside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is upstairs, and the count's now 2-0 here to Hunsley. So Martin kind of struggling to find the strike zone here early on in this bottom of the 4th inning. The Eights leading 3-0. 2-0 pitch. That'll miss low and inside. And so now it goes to 3-0 and an opportunity, and Hunsley probably taking all the way. They get the first 2 guys on base to bring back the top of the order. Pickoff attempt, and Schaefer will dive back in safely. .3-0 pitch. That one's over for a strike, and the count's 3-1. Post 8 trying to get to 500 on the year. They're over 500 in South Dakota play, but not at 500 yet in the entire summer. 3-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball. Third baseman Brock will make the play. The throw to first will not be in time. So it will be a force out at second. A fielder's choice for the first out. Score at 5-4 in the fielder's choice. 1 away, and it brings up Carter Shufflebine. The runner on at first and 1 away. The other great thing about going to that Gopher Classic here in next week Friday is you're going to face 4 teams that never seen. Maybe you've heard of the towns or the cities that you're playing against, but you've never faced the team. You won't face them again. I guess there's a possibility of maybe you end up in the Central Plains Regional Tournament that you could see one of those teams again, but most likely not seeing any of those teams. Here's a ground ball to the third baseman. That'll eat up the third baseman, Brock, and Shufflebine's on it first. It'll be 1-out error. Second time that he's reached on an error. First and second with 1 down, and it brings up Hudson Stosher, who had an RBI single in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2. And so you're just not really worried about who you're playing, and maybe you might look at some stats and see if there's one major guy on one of those teams, but you just worry about yourself when you go out there and play good baseball as a team. Here's a ground ball that'll be up the middle, and it will be missed by everybody. It goes right through for a base hit. The runner, Shufflebine, will end up at third. Stosher will take second. The throw nearly got into right field after that, and it will be a base hit. It's more of a mental error than a physical error against Huron, because the second baseman in Hofer was going to cover the base. The shortstop, Shreve, was on the shortstop side of second base. He thought that Hofer was going to get it, so he slowed up, and the ball went right through. And then when the throw goes to third, Stosher ends up at second. And so it's a base hit and an RBI. Here's a fly ball to right field, down the right field line. It will be landing foul. A long run for the right fielder, Shear. So Stosher's 2 for 3. He's got 2 RBIs now. It's a 4-0 lead for the Eights. And again, it's an error, but it's a mental error against Huron, and that one's upstairs, and the count's 1-1. It's one that doesn't show up in the box score, but certainly that the coaching staff will be talking about, and why communication is very important. 1-1 pitch. That'll miss outside, and the count's 2-1. Sunshine 0 for 2. He popped out to the second baseman twice. First time Hofer fell down and was able to make the catch laying on his back. That one will come on the inside edge, and the count's 2-2 now here to Sun and Shine. Next time he popped out, a much easier play for Hofer, who came in on the ball on the high pop out. Sunshine's got a chance to make it a 6-0 game with a base hit, and that will be upstairs, and the count's full at 3-2. Will Eilers, the cleanup man, who's 1 for 2, he's on deck. Payoff pitch. Line shot. That'll get through for a base hit. Stosher will round third. He's going to try and score. The throw will come in. It's cut off by the third baseman. It's a 2 RBI single for Sun and Shine. And the Eights now lead it 6-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Sun and Shine now has 5 RBIs today. The 3 RBI triple in game 1. The 2 RBI single here in game 2. He's 2 for 6 overall, but he has got 5 RBIs in those 2 hits. Not a bad day. Up that RBI total. First pitch to Will Eilers is missing outside for ball 1. Aiden Johnson is running for Sun and Shine at first. Eilers 1 for 2. He singled back in that bottom of the third that helped continue that game to get to a 3-0 lead. Runner takes off. There's a swing and a miss. The throw to second. It will roll its way into center field, so Johnson will make his way to third. So he'll get the stolen base, and it'll be an error that will allow him to get to third base, and now he is 90 feet away from scoring. 1-1 count to Eilers. So the error will be charged. Not sure if it was charged to the, got to be charged to the catcher. Counts 2-1 now to Will Eilers. He'll be looking for an RBI. Would be his second today if he's able to put something in the outfield. That one is outside, and the count's 3-1 here to Eilers. 3-1 pitch on its way. Line shot to center field. That will get down for a base hit. Johnson will come in to score easily. He'll walk home. An RBI single for Will Eilers, his second today. He's 2 for 3 in this game. And it's a 7-0 lead here for the Eights. And it brings up Trip Lindekugel, who's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. Not sure if they'll make a pitching change here or if it's just a quick mound visit. The runner on at first and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lindekugel, who's already got 2 doubles in this game. He's 4 for 5 overall today. 2 singles in game 1, 2 doubles here in game 2. On top of an RBI in that bottom of the 3rd inning. And the mound visit will come to an end, and they'll keep Tommy Martin on the mound. So Lindekugel, who is 2 for 2, end up at third. He's stranded over at third both times that he's doubled. He ended up at third in the same at-bat with the error that was charged out in center field, but he was stranded over at third. Runner takes off in the first pitch. It'll miss low for ball 1, and stealing it easily with Will Eilers, who steals it standing up. No throw came to second. And so the 1-0 count now to Lindekugel, who's going to try and drive in another run. 1-0 pitch, that will get away, and to third base will go Eilers. He'll have a hard turnaround third. But it is a 2-0 count. And Lindekugel is going to be only 90 feet away to drive in another run now. Anything to the outfield will get Will Eilers home. Here's a line shot again out towards left center field. That is down for a base hit. Lindekugel's 3 for 3. He's got an RBI, his 5th hit today. Second RBI of this game and an 8-0 advantage. And now time will be called and we will have a pitching change. Looks like maybe Corbin Brock will go to the mound. With an 8-0 lead for Post 8 here with a 5-run bottom of the 4th and still threatening with only 1 out. So we will step aside for a minute. We'll come back and tell you the change back in a minute on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627. As we welcome you back, it is a 8-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Post 8's trying to potentially maybe get this up to a 10-0 lead, but they will go against Corbin Brock now. Tommy Martin will come out of the – actually, they'll just switch spots. And so that will – Trace Wentz, who will come out of the game now as the DH. Martin will go in his spot, and he will hit third next inning. And so Brock is on the pitch. Martin's over at third. And for Corbin Brock, he has thrown only 4 innings so far and 3 relief appearances. He does have the other win for Huron Post 7. Staley had the win. He was pitching game 1, but he had that. He was 1-3 record, now 1-4 record. And Brock's got the other win. 3 hits allowed in those 4 innings, 6 runs, 2 of them earned. 6 walks, 1 strikeout. The ERA at 3.5, the whip at 2.25, the batting average against at 214. And he's got the task of trying to keep this from going any further from the 8-0 deficit that it stands right now. Jackson Goodman's the first man to see him. I think there might have been a little bit more talking between the coach and the umpire. Now the two Huron coaches, or Huron coach and Coach Iverson, there we go, are talking about something maybe that they were trying to talk about. But it is Jackson Goodman. First pitch from Brock will miss inside for ball 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch, or the 1-0 pitch. Goodman with a ground ball on the left side. That'll be off the glove. That should be an infield single or base hit for Jackson Goodman, who will go 1 for 3 now. And it's first and second, and if they are able to bring Goodman in, that can give the Eights a 10-0 lead, which will allow them to try and get a quick win, potentially in that top of the 5th inning for Hudson Schaefer. Here's the first pitch to Bridger Babcock. That'll be over for strike 1. He's 0 for 2. Popped out to the second baseman Hofer and also grounded out to the second baseman Hofer. 9th man to come to the plate here in this bottom of the 4th inning. That'll miss inside, and the count's now 1-1. So outside of a double play turn, the Eights will bat around here in this bottom of the 4th. I guess technically they already will bat around, but could have at least 10 or more come to the plate. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's 1-2. Hudson Schaefer, who got it all started with a walk. He was actually retired on the fielder's choice for the first out. That was the only time that the Eights have been retired in this inning. This will hit Bridger Babcock now on the 1-2 pitch, so the bases are loaded. And Hudson Schaefer can help himself out with a base hit. He can find his way into making this a 10-run lead for the Eights. So Schaefer's walked twice. He'll help himself out. If he gets walked again, he'll drive in a run. The base is loaded here and only 1 out. Corbin Brock, as he comes to goes onto the mound. First pitch, that will get to the backstop, but it was off the backstop, not necessarily hard enough, but the catcher in Bischoff was already going back towards the way to go get it. So by the time that Lindekugel over at third was finding the baseball, he had to go back to the base. One of those rare times that a ball was so far overthrown that it didn't work in the advantage of the team to score. Schaefer's ahead in the count, 2-0. From the windup, that'll come in and hit Schaefer to now make it a 9-0 game. And so now the Eights are trying for at least one more run, but they can absolutely add on a few more for insurance to try and win this in 5 innings. And Porter Hunsley will come to the plate. Hunsley is 0 for 2, ground out to the second baseman, also ground into a fielder's choice. Here's a ground ball. That'll be off the third baseman. That will score the 10th run. No one over at third after it went off of Martin. It'll be an error that will allow a run to score to make it a 10-0 lead for the Eights and still have the bases loaded. And so a second error of the inning. Actually be the third error of the inning. That first pitch is upstairs for ball 1 to Carter Schuffelbein. I believe that completely closes the book on Tommy Martin. That one is over for ball 2. It does close the book on Martin. He went 3 1/3, Gave up 9 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned, 2 walks and a strikeout. That'll come inside. The count's 3-0 here to Shufflebine, who is trying to make this at least an 11-0 lead. He is 1 for 3, been on base all 3 times, but he's been on base by an error twice, and that'll be a 4-pitch walk. And it will make it now a 12-0 game. 11-0 game. An RBI. Second time that Shufflebine has an RBI walk today. And Carter Templeton's actually going to hit for Hudson Stoescher. Too many moving pieces all in a row here. I'm struggling to keep up. But Carter Templeton will swing the bat. He'll swing the first pitch and foul that one away for strike 1. Stoescher is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in the game. So now Carter Templeton looking for his first hit this summer. 0 for 7 overall in 10 plate appearances. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That will bounce in. The count goes to now 1-1. 13th man to come to the plate in this inning. It's an 8-run bottom of the 4th right now, 11-0 lead, so the Eights will have a chance. And even 1 run to spare right now for Hudson Schaefer to try and get a 5-inning complete game. Here's a ground ball by Templeton. This will be past the third baseman. It's still fielded by the shortstop, Shreve. The throw to first is going to be in time. A run does come in to score, and there's now 2 down. Templeton will get his first RBI of the season. Schaefer scores. Hunsley's over at third. Shufflebine at second. It's now a 12-0 lead. And so it adds on an extra insurance run for the Eights in the top of the 5th inning. And Sunshine, who's got 5 RBIs today, still another 2 out there. He's 2 for 6 with 5 runs driven in overall in this game. And that one won't get the job done because he's hit by a pitch. And so now the bases are loaded again. And it will bring up Will Eilers to the plate. He's got an RBI. He's got 2 RBIs today. And so now it is Will Eilers with 2 outs, bases loaded. First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Brock into Eilers. That'll bounce in. Good block again by the catcher in Bischoff. Count goes to now 2-0. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. If you're looking for severe weather coverage here on KCCR, we ask you to go to 104.5 Capital City Rock. This will be fouled away, and the count's 2-1. You know, the Facebook feed on KCCR, Zach Nelson's got coverage. There is a severe thunderstorm warning in Ziebach, and there's also another warning for Ziebach and Hockin County. Looks like that one's taken over the place of the Ziebach warning as it stands. That one will miss low. The count's 3-1. That looks like it's more of a southeast trend. We'll see what that says. Yeah, moving southeast at 20 miles an hour. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Eilers. He'll swing at that one, foul it back. Full count. Everybody will get a head start. Eilers singled already in this inning with an RBI. He's got the bases loaded with 2 outs. Trying to extend the 12-0 lead here for the Eights. 3-2. That'll miss for ball 4. And it is a bases loaded walk to make it a 13-0 game. All this does is help the Eights with more wiggle room in that top of the 5th. As Trip Lindekugel will come to the plate. Lindekugel, 3 for 3. A double in the 2nd, 3rd, and a single here in the 4th inning. He's got a chance for his 6th hit today. He'll swing at the first pitch and pop this one up, though. The first baseman will call for it, and Porish will make the catch, and that will take care of the bottom of the 4th inning. But it turns into a 10-run inning for the Eights, and they lead it 13-0 as we go to the top of the 5th. 3 outs away from a doubleheader sweep for the Eights over Huron. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Spring is the season for a fresh start, and that includes your technology. Whether you are looking to upgrade or need to breathe new life into your current device, CommTech is your one-stop solution. Experience the brilliance of LG OLED TVs, the immersive sound of Sonos and JBL, or the unmatched performance of Lenovo laptops. Buy with confidence thanks to our price match guarantee and 0% interest on selected purchases. We're your locally owned technology experts on the truck bypass. CommTech, we sell the best and fix the rest.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the fifth, and the Eights 3 outs away from picking up a doubleheader sweep of the Huron Post 7 squad. And then they will guarantee that they will finish the regular season over 500 in South Dakota games. They'll get themselves to 500 overall in the season, and a chance to finish out the South Dakota regular season on Monday against Watertown. It is 8-9-1. Zach Shear, Oakley Anderson, and Trace Wentz. Anybody reaches base, it'll be Chase Schuhart. Actually, it'll be Tommy Martin. That will be hitting for Wentz as the DH was taken out of the ball game. So Zach Shear, who's 0 for 1, only 0 for 1. The Eights are halfway through the batting order for the fourth time. First pitch swinging, popped up on the right side. The second baseman will call for it, and he'll make the catch as well. Eiler's playing second. So there's one down here in the top of the fifth inning. So Eilers has moved to second, and Templeton has moved to right field. Everybody else looks to be the same. And it brings up now Oakley Anderson. Hudson Schaefer delivers the first pitch. That'll bounce for ball one. So for Schaefer right now, as we have one out in this top of the fifth inning, he's got 60 pitches thrown, so he's in a good spot if he can get through this inning quickly. Here's a bunt attempt right back to Schaefer. He will throw to first, and there's now 2 down. And Anderson trying to reach base, put the bunt the only place that was easy for a play to be made, right back to the pitcher. And there's now 2 down, and it will bring up Tommy Martin. And so Tommy Martin has to start a rally. It has to be 4 runners to score in this top of the fifth inning, all with 2 outs. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. Hudson Schaefer also had a 5-inning win against Huron in the spring season. I think he was only on 2 days rest. He threw so few pitches in that 5-inning game. That one just misses outside. The count's 1-1. He's in a spot right now. Again, that was only pitch number 63, so he's got 16 pitches. If he stays with 16 or under to finish out this fifth inning, he'll be available again on Monday, and you'll have every pitcher, everybody available on Monday against Watertown, as the count's now 1-2. And again, Bridger Babcock and Hudson Schaefer going to pitch on Monday. Maybe, maybe not, but you have the option, and that's always great for a coach to have the option. 1-2 pitch, line shot right to Carter Shufflebine. Roll Eights in a 5-inning win, 13-0. The Eights will take game 2, and they will now secure themselves above 500 record in South Dakota games this summer. They're now back to 500. They are at 500 for the first time all summer. And it's a big doubleheader sweep of Huron Post 7 here tonight. Back in 2 minutes to wrap it up from Hyde Stadium. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew, The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Verding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Verding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Verding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684. When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at EnvirotechWaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health and your time matter to us. Our team takes pride in providing personal, professional care, from filling your prescriptions quickly to answering your questions every step of the way. Need a little extra convenience? We offer free delivery right to your home or office. Because at Shane's Pharmacy, you're our family, friends, and neighbors, and we're honored to care for you. Shane's Pharmacy. Feel better for less and stay well with us. Call 605-223-9200 or stop by in Fort Pierre. Shane's Pharmacy. Proud to support our local high school athletes.
As we welcome you back, it is a final score here in Game 2, a 13-0 win for Post State over Huron as they pick up the 10-run rule win in 5 innings. Hudson Schaefer goes the distance, another 5-inning win for him, a lot of run support for him over the course of this season. But he also does it with a 3-hit shutout. Only 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 65 pitches thrown for Hudson Schaefer as he gave up 2 hits in the second inning, able to work around it, and then he gave up 1 hit in that third inning, and then he retired the last, that'd be 8 in a row. The walk to Chase Schuhart was the last time that he allowed a base runner in that top of the third inning. That was with 1 out to make it first and second, and after that it was 8 straight gone to finish out the ball game. The Eights took a 3-0 lead in the third inning with the RBI single from Hudson Stosher, the RBI double from Trip Lindekugel, and the RBI ground out from Jackson Goodman. Then the Eights were able to score 10 runs in that fourth inning, all starting with a fielder's choice that put Porter Hunsley on first. Schaefer was out, just 2 batters in for the first out. Then the Eights started the big rally. They end up getting an RBI single from Stosher again, a 2 RBI single for Sutton Sunshine, who finished with just 2 hits today, but had 5 RBIs overall. Will Eilers had an RBI single. Trip Lindekugel another RBI single as he finished with 5 hits today, 3 singles and 2 doubles, going 3 for 4 in Game 2, 2 for 3 in Game 1. Then it was also an RBI hit by pitch for Schaefer as he picked up his first RBI of the season. An RBI walk for Carter Shufflebein, an RBI ground out for Carter Templeton, his first of the season. And then the Eights also got an RBI walk from Will Eilers, who finished with 3 RBIs in total for the day as well. And the Eights pick up a 13-0 win over Huron Post 7. It was no runs, 3 hits, 5 errors, and 4 men left on base for Huron. 13 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and 7 men left on base for Pierre. Tommy Martin will pick up the loss. You heard Hudson Schaefer's stats, but Tommy Martin picks up the loss, 3 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned, 2 walks and a strikeout. Corbin Brock had 2/3 of an inning, giving up 1 hit, 4 runs, 1 of them earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and 25 pitches of work. Hudson Schaefer, Bridger Babcock, they both stay under 80 pitches, so both are available to pitch on Monday, which then gives you a full slate of everybody available to throw against Watertown on Monday, as both of them need just 3 days of rest, and they'll get that on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then back to work on Monday with Pierre taking on Watertown with a 5 o'clock start on KCCR with a 4:45 first pitch. 4:45 coverage, 5 o'clock first pitch on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Time of the ball game was 1 hour and 17 minutes, so we played a total of 2 hours and 40 minutes between the 2 games of the doubleheader. We'll take that every time, especially with 2 wins for Post State. They win Game 1 5-3. They win Game 2 13-0, and the Eights are now sitting at 12. Make that 14-14 over on the season. They're now 3 games over 500 in South Dakota play. and they will take on Watertown Arrows Post 17 on Monday with a 5 o'clock first pitch. They'll be trying to break the curse of that Watertown Stadium where they have been unsuccessful in winning any games, whether against Watertown or any other team. They've been unsuccessful in their last 11 games between the high school and Legion team, dating all the way back through 2019. The last time they got a win was 2018. We'll talk more about that coming up in when we get to Monday in that game against the Watertown Arrows Post 17. But that will wrap things up for us here today from Hyde Stadium. The final time here in the regular season. We hope to be back at Hyde Stadium in the playoffs, but there is not the guarantee. We would love to play at historic Hyde Stadium. Also want to mention, too, the 14U state tournament will be here coming up at the end of July. That'll be the 24th. I believe that's the Friday would be the first day, if I have that right. Yeah, July 24th, 25th, and 26th. They'll have the 14U state tournament here. Should be also at Kelly Field as well. We will. You'll hear me on the 14U, some of those 14U games, as we'll bring you some coverage, not on KCCR, not on YouTube at KCCR Sports, but we'll bring it some Facebook Live videos as well for those games coming up in that 14U state tournament. But we hope to be here for the Legion first round series here at Hyde Stadium, that best of 3 series. We'll have it no matter what, if they're on the road or not, but we'll have it on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. But we'd love to be able to play here at historic Hyde Stadium. I know Post 8 would love to be here at historic Hyde Stadium playing their playoff games here. But the Eights do get the doubleheader sweep, as it'll wrap it up for us here from Hyde Stadium. A 5-3 win in Game 1. First, I want to say thanks to Sidney Carlson back at the station. John Wickler here, signing off. A 5-3 win for Post 8 in Game 1. A 13-0 win in 5 innings in Game 2 to get the doubleheader sweep of Huron, as we say so long from Hyde Stadium.
You've been listening to Pierre Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Baseball is brought to you by Kathy Sunshine Properties, Kruger Contracting, Bank West, Overhead Doors, Stalkin Peterson LLP, Shane's Pharmacy, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, CHS River Plains, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Fording Electric, Pierre Closets, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, and AGE. Pierre Baseball is also brought to you by Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Lamb Motors, Xander Auto Parts, Comtech, First Dakota National Bank, Envirotech, Kruger Climate Systems, May Adam, Hunsley Auto Body, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Conehague, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Pierre Roofing and Gutters, Wagner Auto, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, and Todd's Electric. Join us all season for more Pierre Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's